What's happening, guys? Lightning Stove back today with another video. Today I have a new guest to the channel, Sage of the Thick Calves. Go ahead and say everybody.
Yo, what's up, guys? Yeah, thank you for having me on, man. So happy to be here.
Not a problem. I literally just discovered this guy a few weeks ago. Been watching his content for a little bit and decided to have him on. So if you haven't subscribed to him yet, make sure you go do so. I'll leave a link in the to the channel in the description below. Today I wanted to try something that I haven't done before, and I'm pretty excited to do it. I haven't done a tier list for anything, so I think it's just natural that I have a tier list going for Naruto. And obviously you saw in the thumbnail about how it's the strongest characters in the verse, kind of just ranking them in the tier list. So you know, as you can see in the video, we have a ton of Naruto characters to go over. So we definitely have our work cut out for us, but I think this is going to be pretty fun. We have, as you can see, we have Chunin, Genin at Kage level below. We have Jonin level, and then we have Elite Jonin level, Kage level, Akatsuki level, High Kage level, High Akatsuki level, War Arc level, God tier, and Beyond God tier. Some of them are self-explanatory. And I think, you know, I won't waste too much time going over a lot of them right now, because I think we'll get into it more as we go on. But for one thing, I want to discuss, you know, War Arc level. So yeah, so like War Arc level is going to be like around, you know, not necessarily order of appearance, but when Edo Madara shows up, that's when the War Arc tier starts coming in. So everybody above, you know, War Arc Madara. So like I said, War Arc Madara, Edo Madara, War Arc Obito, War Arc Kabuto, Hashirama, Edo Minato. So like stuff like that. I don't want to get too much into it now, but that's kind of like just to give you guys more of a, you know, a clearer understanding of, you know, War Arc level. Then God tier, self-explanatory, and then Beyond God tier. If that's not self-explanatory, we'll get into it when we get there. When we get to the characters that'll get there, I think you'll understand when we get there. So that's, you know, pretty much you know, the beginning of the video or the explanation of it. Sage, you got anything to say before we start recording?
No, dude, I'm happy to hop in. We have like 397 characters, I think. So
yeah,
this is gonna be a beast of a video, but we hope that you guys enjoy, and I'm excited to dig into it.
All right, well, let's get on and get started. So obviously, you know, Naruto and the Academy, it's pretty self-explanatory right here. Same thing. I know some people might argue that, you know, because he beat a Chunin, which is Mizuki in this Mizuki fight Naruto, that he's Chunin, but I still wouldn't put him up in the Chunin level.
Yeah.
Same
well,
thing.
He clearly got kind of a little bit of an amp there, and he's using a jutsu that's like, you know, forbidden. So it's, you know, he can use it, which is awesome, but he's clearly mental amped. We know mental amps are huge in Naruto, so yeah, that's not his like starter pack.
It was, well, I'm not harping on, because like again, he went straight to Genin level right at the beginning. So Naruto in the Land of Waves, same thing, Genin level. Naruto with the KN0, you know, I would argue that this is probably Chunin level, but I've seen people stand this version of Naruto saying he's Jonin level because he curb stomped Haku, but it's kind of implied that Haku was still holding back even after he saw how much damage Naruto was doing. So I get there's cases to be made, but I think this slight, in terms of raw power, this slight boost puts him in the Chunin level, but I still think for the most part he's Genin level. Same thing with the.
I know a lot of people will talk about like the Zabuza Kakashi, like him having more power statement, but like again, that's referencing the Nine Tails. It's not actually just Naruto's raw power. And then, you know, if you're scaling this version of him in that form, yeah, you can get him up to Chunin level. But yeah, him and his base here, this version of Naruto, like he walks into battle, starter pack. He's not packing up anybody below or above Chunin level.
Yeah. So same thing with the Naruto and the Chunin exam. Now this one's obviously stronger, but I still put him obviously in the Genin level. The Naruto and the Chunin exam with the KN0, same thing. I get he's a little bit stronger, but I don't see this one being that much stronger than the one that fought Haku. So
for sure,
you know, obviously still Genin level. Now Naruto and the exams in the final rounds and the QB Naruto in the final rounds, it's the same thing. I don't know why there's two separate entries, but I'm putting the same person, and I think this Naruto hits Chunin level
for sure.
and you know, you can probably make a case that, you know, the raw power can exceed a Jonin level, but I don't. As far as overall ability, this one's definitely going into the Chunin level.
Yeah, I mean, there are like statements talking about like where Neji's at and how he's like around Chunin level, and this Naruto beat Neji, you know, and I mean, like, obviously he only beat him really because he kind of had a hard counter to his gentle fist, but like that's a part of his you know what he's got. So
Yeah.
Combat level wise, you actually get to see some pretty cool battle IQ feats from him here. I mean, this version of Naruto, I would say, is definitely Chunin level. Probably doesn't have the leadership capabilities of a Chunin, which is why he doesn't get promoted. But yeah, combat level wise, he's packing up some Chunin.
Yeah. Same thing with the Naruto versus Gaara. Same thing with the Naruto they had Gamabunta. Now, I get it. Like, Gamabunta is like a Jonin to Kage level summon. But the thing is like, just because he can summon Gamabunta doesn't necessarily put him in the Jonin level. Because, and I mentioned this before, is that Naruto's not always able to summon Gamabunta, as we saw in the three-way deadlock fight. Like, he tried to summon a giant frog in general. He couldn't do it. So, like, I don't think it's necessarily, you know, right to put him in the Jonin level just because he summoned Gamabunta in one fight. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, again, firepower, you could argue he has the capability, firepower of a Jonin, but he's not always able to use it, it seems. So, I still put him in, you know, Chunin level.
Well, and the thing is, even if he does manage to summon Gamabunta, like, there's no guarantee he's gonna listen to him. We actually see, like, he's not going to listen to him there until he's like, hey, your son's here, like, you gotta protect him. And he's like, all right, well, I guess we'll do some business. So it's not, you could even like make the argument like, oh, well, if it's the one in the picture, you know, with the QB cloak, with the, you know, all that stuff, unless there are other circumstances motivating Gamabunta to help him, he's not going to help him. So you can't really take that into account when scaling here. Now, if we were taking that, like, if we're saying, oh, and he's getting help from him for sure, and he can control him, you get him way higher. But that's not really how it works.
Yeah. So now we're going to the Naruto that fought Kabuto, and again, I put him in, you know, Chunin level. I get why some people would say he's Jonin level because he beat Kabuto, and Kabuto is pretty much implied to be Jonin level because he's implied to be the same level as Kakashi. Swapped hands with Tsunade, but let's be honest, had it not been for the Rasengan at the end, Naruto would have lost that fight. So now I'm not knocking Naruto, but I'm just saying, like, that wouldn't put him in Jonin level just because he beat Kabuto. So
well, and this is a Kabuto that's like monologuing the whole time too. Like he's not even taking him serious. So like, you can't really scale him to Jonin level just because of this feat. He has a Jonin level jutsu for sure. Yeah, but as a combatant overall, I mean, no. Yeah.
So now Naruto that fought Sasuke without the QB cloak but the QB power. Same thing. I put him in high Chunin at this point though, is raw power. Still as a combatant, not at Chunin, Jonin level, but he definitely has the capability of a high Chunin to, you know, survive most fights. He survived the fight with Kimimaro, so I think that's something to be said. But now this Naruto with the one tail. I've seen people stand this one saying he's absolutely Jonin level and he's got the firepower. Again, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but like the thing is if we scale this Naruto to the same level as, or around the same level as Curse Mark II Sasuke, and if we scale Curse Mark II Sasuke at the same level as the rest of the Sound Four in their Curse Mark II states, the rest of the Sound Four didn't do so well against the Jonin that were sent to intercept them. And assuming
who were fatigued.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they were already coming back from the mission. So assuming that Kakashi is on the same level or above, which is obviously above, then for sure. I can't see Kakashi losing to this Naruto. And conversely, I can't see this Naruto beating Kakashi. So I can't say for certainty that he's Jonin level. I think his power, obviously, but I think that most Jonin should be able to take this Naruto without not much trouble, but they definitely have a tough time on their hands, but I don't think most Jonin would lose to this Naruto.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to make the argument in order to get him there that that Sasuke can take out two of the sound four by himself with pretty low difficulty in order to actually be able to get him up to that level. Because if you think about it this way, if you have two Jonin that are both incredibly fatigued, like openly talking about it, drawn that way, and those two Jonin are able to push all the sound four to go into their level 2 cloaks and push them like pretty hard, then that means that if those Jonin were fresh, you know, you could make an argument they could beat them. So you'd have to be able to scale Sasuke significantly above the sound four themselves.
Yeah.
And that's, you just can't do that realistically. I mean, a lot of people try to scale him to Kimimaro because, you know, the heaven and earth seal, you know, but there's really no indication that he's as strong as Kimimaro there.
Yeah. So now we'll go on to Naruto at the beginning of Shippuden, and I think this is most definitely, he is like high Chunin. Like maybe right on the cusp of Jonin level, but I don't think he's there yet, but he's definitely like high Chunin. The one-tailed Naruto and the three-tailed Naruto, I'm kind of putting in the same category because, I mean, I don't want to sound redundant because he definitely has the firepower of a Jonin, but I just don't think as a combatant I'd put him even in three tails. I would agree that most Jonin have a tougher time against this Naruto and would maybe lose. But I don't feel comfortable saying that he's Jonin level as a combatant, but power scaling wise, yes. Now, this next one may not make a whole lot of sense because it's just an extra tail, but I think this is where I would probably get a lot of flack for not putting four tails into Jonin level. Because, you know, me and Sage were talking about it. I mean, he kind of went on to curb stomp Orochimaru. Granted, this Orochimaru didn't have most of his jutsu because some of the Rashomon walls and whatnot, but it's still Orochimaru, right? And this Naruto was doing some crazy stuff. So,
he forces him to use 3 body replacements. Like whatever you want to say about the state that Orochimaru was in, this four-tail Naruto can use a pseudo Bijou bomb that leveled the Rashomon gates. And he cannot. He's so dense he can't be pierced by the sword of Kusanagi. Whenever he hits Sakura, they say it's akin to poison, like the way that it works, like it being physically hit by him. So, I mean, this Naruto is an absolute monster. And again, with like three-tail, he's right there, probably either super high Chunin or relatively low Jonin. So this one is firmly cemented in that Jonin tier, I think.
Yeah. Now, as far as regular Naruto, this is where I feel like he's definitely shining as a Jonin and Jonin level. The Rasen Shuriken, the one that beat Kakuzu, definitely Jonin. Because, and not just is you know, base Naruto power now, which is obviously extensive because of the Rasen Shuriken, but Naruto starts to really show his intellect, ingenuity in this fight. I mean, he outsmarted Kakuzu pretty good in this fight, and that was really without Naruto really seeing a whole lot of what Kakuzu was capable of. So I definitely would start putting Naruto in the Jonin tier now. Now, Sage Mode, God Almighty, Sage Mode Naruto, I would definitely say he's Kage level. That man, I mean, even though he had full knowledge, even though you give him the handicap of full knowledge against pain, he beat every single path of pain except for the Diva path relatively easy. So
for sure.
Whereas most of the Jonin in the village were having a tough time against either one or two of them, and so I granted, like, you can say all the knowledge, but Naruto has the intellect of a Jonin and definitely the raw power of a Kage. So and the thing is here, so Kakashi is being considered for Hokage already, right? So we can say that Kakashi is either like super high Jonin or, you know, very like lower Kage end. And after Naruto develops the Rasen Shuriken, Kakashi basically like says that he's surpassed him. But then whenever he's unable to use it because it harms him, like, can shut down his chakra network whenever he uses it,
Kakashi then goes to question if he's going to surpass. Like he's like, you may surpass me one day. So
Yeah.
the fact that now he can use it, like, and he can get the physical amp that he gets. I mean, it's pretty much outright thrown in your face that he's surpassed Jiraiya at this point in time. Like that's the whole narrative implication. Like he has a jutsu that Kakashi thought made him surpass him, and he can access it, he can throw it, and he's got this physical buff. So the narrative, the jutsu, the sage mode, all of that stuff indicates that he's up there now.
Yeah. Same thing with this six tail. I would probably say it's because it's weird because we talk about intellect of a Jonin level. It's weird because the four tail and six tail, even though they're like going crazy, it does seem like the tail form of Naruto knows what it's doing in battle.
Yeah,
I don't know
for sure.
I don't know if anybody else gets that feeling, but it almost seems like the six tails knows how to or Kurama, I guess, knows how to fight using its moveset. So
he's very creative with how he uses the tails and all of that stuff.
Now, granted,
that battle.
and there is a lot of pummeling going on. Granted, but still, it for someone who's going wild. It seems like the six-tailed Naruto is actually, I don't know, it just seems like he can utilize his moveset in a clever way, I guess. For someone who's going wild anyway.
Well, and you look at the fact that he, beat down the Diva Path of Pain, like it's impossible for you to argue that the Diva Path is not Kage level. Like come on.
Yeah, for sure. So now these next two are pretty much the same thing. I don't really want to start to separate the two, honestly. So Naruto and base and war arc, and Naruto and sage mode war arc. I mean, I feel like it's just the same Naruto. So I'm putting him in Kage level. I don't think there's a whole lot of. I mean, there is growth of strength for sure, but I don't think it's necessarily enough to put him above Kage level. And then once we get into KCM, I think he's definitely now.
I would say
let me backtrack.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna put War Arc Base and War Arc Sage in Akatsuki level.
Yeah, I think there's an argument to be made that the Six Tails Naruto could be up there simply because he went toe-to-toe with the Diva Path. But, again, the Diva Path wasn't trying to kill him. He was trying to seal him away. Yeah. So that would be the argument that he's not, above that initial Kage tier.
Yeah.
But, yeah, definitely by the time he gets Sage Mode in the War Arc, and he's going toe-to-toe with the likes of, the reanimated third Ray Kage.
Yeah.
So he's definitely up there. And then, by the time Naruto gets KCM 1, you see him with the speed feat against the Ray Kage. He compares him to Minato, Jonin Minato. Mm-hmm. So, he's I would say he's up there with if not high Kage, definitely Akatsuki level.
Right. So now we're going to KCM, and I'm gonna put KCM at high Kage level. I think that's fair. I'm actually kind of debating on high Akatsuki or high Kage. I don't.
Well, yeah. So this all depends on where
because this KCM
the Ray Kage, right?
Well, no, because this KCM Naruto went on to for just speed blitz Kisame, who I consider
that's true.
High Akatsuki level.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. He's chilling in high Akatsuki level.
Yeah.
I mean, because at this point he starts to really reach the potential of someone who just can demolish certain people, like Kisame. Yeah. Same thing with this KCM 0.5 that fought the Raikage. Still same thing.
Because whenever we talked before the video, we both talked about how the difference between high Kage and then high Akatsuki is basically the Kage that are capable of taking on Bijou would be in that high Akatsuki level. So you have A, who's stated to be Bijou level. He's not high Kage anymore. He's high Akatsuki. So that's kind of just to clear out kind of where we're placing them, because we see the KCM feats against the Raikage, so that's kind of where we put him, and then he scraps with Edo Itachi and all of that. So anyway, go on. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. KCM 2 Naruto. I think I would start putting him in War Arc level.
Yeah,
because he's kind of
sure.
scrapping with both Obito and Madara. So yeah, and obviously the same thing with Sage Mode KCM Naruto, the one that KCM 2 Naruto, the one that can stack Sage Mode on top KCM 2. 6 past Naruto is where I would probably start putting him. Now, obviously, it says 6 past Naruto and 6 past Cloak Naruto. Same freaking thing. I'm putting them both in God tier, I feel like, because that's when they start reaching God tier level.
For sure.
Same thing with Naruto with this Ashura avatar. I don't even know why there's a separate. But anyway, same thing, God tier. Naruto from the last. I would probably just go ahead and stick with God tier, honestly.
Yeah, I think he's definitely stronger there than he was at that point in time. I mean, you see him, battling against a dude that cut the moon in half.
Yeah.
But the beyond God tier is a very special category.
Yeah, for sure. So. Yeah, so he's chilling at God tier. Same thing with this Naruto from the last has the KCM cloak. Again, I just don't know why there's a separate section for him, but still the same thing.
Yeah.
I would go into Hokage Naruto. I mean,
and this is him in base, I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, I'd still put him in God tier. I know the showings aren't that great in Boruto, but I mean, it shouldn't take away from the fact that he should be still stronger than he was in the war arc, so I would...
Well, keep in mind, in base, Hokage Naruto, like, we actually see him in the manga and in the anime. In the anime, it's a little bit longer, but in the manga, even, he goes toe-to-toe with fused Momoshiki, like, blocks attacks from him, reacts to his attacks, is keeping up with him, and then he goes into his, KCM, or 6 pass stage mode, actually. So, for that, because of the fact that he's able to react to fused Momoshiki, he's got to be at least somewhat relative. Mm-hmm. And you can't make an argument that fused Momoshiki shouldn't be in God tier. So.
Yeah, for sure. And the same thing with this Naruto with the 6 pass stage mode thing with cloak or whatever. It's still God tier. Yeah. Now Baryon mode is where we get into the beyond God tier. Now this is where this is the line that is drawn for beyond God tier. Like, I mean, I would probably I'll get a lot of flack if I didn't put Baryon mode in the beyond God. He was literally just curb stomping Ishiki, who, like, even God tier opponents like Naruto and Sasuke were not able to do anything against. So, I mean, you don't get much beyond God tier than that, I feel like.
Yeah, this is an exclusive club, so it's going to be a very thin club. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Baryon mode Naruto is easily one of the strongest characters in the entire universe. So yeah, absolutely.
So now we're going to go on to our boy Sasuke Uchiha, and at the start of it, obviously Land of Waves. There are cases to be made for Sasuke being Chunin level at the beginning of the series, but I still put him above. Because I feel like it's the same kind of case with Naruto at the beginning of the series. Like, yeah, he beat a Chunin. I think most, like, Sasuke would probably beat some Chunin, but you could argue that there are some Chunin in the village that could probably still beat this Sasuke. So
yeah, I mean, like, Lee packed up this Sasuke, bro, and like Lee was still a Genin. So and that was base Lee. That was no gates, no nothing. So you'd have to argue that Lee is Chunin level, and maybe you can make an argument for that, but like I don't think it would be a strong one. So yeah, I would say Sasuke Land of Waves is definitely getting level.
Yeah, same thing with these next two Sasuke, the 1 Tomoe and 2 Tomoe, because it's still, like you said, the same Sasuke that fought Lee, and Lee kind of just fondled him. He's chilling in this tier. I mean, obviously it's still Chunin and Genin, but still. Curse Mark 1 Sasuke, like when he first awakened, he definitely has the, like Naruto and the Kyuubi, he definitely has the raw power of a Jonin even, but I still, as a combatant, I still think, because here's the thing is, and now I'm not saying this is concrete, but when we see how fast Sasuke is, I know he said he's supposed to be faster than the Sound Ninja, who have attacks that are faster than Sound, but the thing is we kind of are in this fight in Sasuke's perspective. So, for example, what he considers fast at that moment may not be at what other Jonin consider fast to them.
Yeah, he's definitely not Jonin tier in my opinion.
No, so I think he's chilling in Chunin. Obviously, it's obviously still getting in Chunin like class right now, but still. Now,
Well, I think too, like whenever we see kind of like there's a clear difference in power between the ranks, I think, and so if you're firmly situated in Chunin, you should be able to sort of embarrass Genin, which is what we actually see there in the Chunin exams. We with Zaku, like he destroys his arms, right? So like I think that's kind of a clear showing to provide evidence for him being up a tier from where everyone else in that area was at.
Yeah. So Sasuke in the final round of the Chunin exams, definitely Chunin level. Well, like without a doubt. Genma even blatantly said, like, yeah, you're Chunin level. So there's no argument there. Same with the Sasuke with that fought the Sound 4 in the Sasuke retrieval arc. Same thing. Same thing, honestly, with the Sasuke with the CS1 that fought Naruto in the Final Valley.
For sure.
What am I doing? Yeah. So him still Chunin level. I think. High Chunin level. I think, honestly, once Sasuke starts to awaken... Now, I know this is kind of contradicting the Naruto section, but I would honestly argue that this Sasuke who has a 3 Tomoe could honestly maybe be on the cusp of Jonin level, but like at the very least high... Because of his intellect, too. Like, that's nothing to...
Right.
Like, his intellect is maybe on the same level as Shikamaru's, who's, I think, even as a kid, as an intellect of a low Jonin, and this Sasuke has a lot of jutsu variety. Already has two nature affinities going for him, and has the freaking reaction speed of someone like arguably Kakashi in part 1. So I think this Sasuke is high Chunin, like at the very highest state of Chunin level, if you really lowball him. But I feel like there's cases that can be made that he's Jonin level. Maybe.
Yeah, I think because the qualifications for being a Jonin, right? You have to have 2 nature transformations is one of them. And then obviously overall combat ability. And I think as far as his intelligence, Shikamaru's intelligence is kind of different, right? It's more like long-term planning, stuff like that. Whereas I feel Sasuke has better like in battle tactical feats than Shikamaru, like in the midst of the battle, not having to sit there and plan it out. So he's incredibly smart. He's got the 2 nature transformations. His taijutsu is excellent, enough to keep pace with a QB and Naruto. So he's right there, like on the cusp of that Jonin level, I think. But yeah, not quite there, I would say. I think maybe you could make an argument that he gives some Jonin some trouble. Yeah. But I'm not seeing him taking down the likes of Asuma. Like, this is not happening.
Yeah. KCM2 Naruto, KCM2, CM2, excuse me guys, it's been a long day. CM2 Sasuke, definitely Jonin level.
I agree.
Because again, like we said earlier, like I know the Sound 4 were having trouble with the Jonin, but they were actually able to press the Jonin. So to say that they're like in their Curse Mark 2 state, I could say that they are Jonin level, but I mean, we'll get to them in a little bit, but I'd say for sure that CM2 Sasuke is more than likely at least low Jonin level.
Well, and with his ability to, beat Naruto, and there are a lot of arguments about how that fight, whatever, but he beat him, like he wins in the end of that fight, and he's kind of Naruto's sort of just using his overwhelming power against Sasuke, and Sasuke does have power here for sure. He cancels out the Rasengan with his Chidori, but he's also, like we alluded to earlier, a more tactical fighter. He's more skilled overall. So yeah, I think if we're going to put Naruto that high, we've got to put Sasuke in Jonin tier.
Well, I know I put him in.
You put him? You got him high Chunin?
Yeah, well,
because I mean so I think he's like around that low Jonin level. You think, or?
Well, here's the thing. I put 3 Tomoe in Chunin for high Chunin.
Gotcha.
But then I put CM2 in Jonin level, like low Jonin, lowest of the low Jonin level.
Right.
Shippuden Sasuke, I will say, is definitely Kage level.
Dude, I mean, he's a monster.
Well, actually, you know what? I put him in Akatsuki level, actually, because he literally beat... Well, it was a kind of a tie in a way. Well, it's a standoff. I know Sasuke still won, but he won to a suicide bomb against Deidara. So, but nonetheless, he's definitely Akatsuki level. He's definitely Kage level, and I'd say that some of the some of the Kage that like some of the Akatsuki like Deidara are obviously either slightly above or above Kage level in the case of Deidara versus Gaara, so or Sasori versus the third Kaze Kage. So I think this Sasuke is definitely Akatsuki level.
Yeah, I think when you take this Sasuke into consideration and you look at like, I mean, obviously we're gonna get to him CM1 and CM2. In base, I would probably have him somewhere between that elite Jonin and Kage level, and then once he has those power ups, like that he used against Deidara and stuff, definitely get him in the Akatsuki level. But this Sasuke, his intellect is super high. Obviously, he straight up in base blitzes Naruto, who's like a high Chunin, low Jonin combatant. This Sasuke, he's got a Master 3 Tomo Sharingan. He can suppress the Nine Tails. Like, I mean, he's just a different breed altogether. So yeah, I mean, he's really, really strong. And I mean, whenever you compare him to the Kage, it's tough for me to say that he beats any of the 5 Kage at this point in time, in base anyway. Because it seems as if it's kind of implied that he needed his MS to kind of be on that level, especially like because Mei was like melting his Susanoo ribcage, and then of course A was just bullying him, Oniki, all that good stuff. But in terms of just his overall combat ability, to me, I think he's pretty high, man. I mean, you gotta respect where he's at here.
Oh, for sure.
He also might have access to Kirin here. Like, dude, he's a monster.
I'm about to say that alone puts him on Kage level, if nothing else. Yeah. So CM1 Sasuke, I would honestly put him in the same thing. I know he's got a buff or whatever, but I don't think I put him, necessarily in high Akatsuki level. No, I'll leave CM1 Sasuke in there, but I'm gonna put CM2 Sasuke and start to put him in high Kage level. No. I'm not
sure if he's. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm gonna leave him in Akatsuki level.
Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, because I don't think he's quite on that level with the Tsunade, those kind of characters yet at that point in time.
Well, not with Tsunade having like the mitotic regeneration. I know some people like Kirin would probably like kill Tsunade, but I don't know. I just wouldn't feel right putting him in high Kage level or a high Akatsuki level at this point.
No Susanoo and stuff.
Same with heavy Sasuke, honestly. Either his base or CM2, because he did pretty good against Itachi, but Itachi was not even going like 8. Like maybe if you really like lowball Itachi in that fight, was going like 80% serious. Blind, near death, and he still could have beaten easily, not just beaten, but easily have beaten Sasuke had he been going as hard as. So he's not high Akatsuki level at this point, and that's kind of what's making me keep, all these heavy Sasukes from being high Kage or high Akatsuki level. Because obviously Itachi is high Akatsuki level, so
for sure.
Now, Taka Sasuke is where we kind of get into the high Kage level. I still don't know if the beginning of the Taka specifically Sasuke would be high Kage level. I'd still probably put him in the Akatsuki level because he's just getting used to his MS abilities. So and he loses the curse mark and all that stuff as well. So it's like point in time it's weird. Yeah. So I think that's a fair tier to put him in. Now 5 Kage Summit Sasuke with the Manga Shotgun, where he's much more used to using it. And I'm putting 5 Kage Summit and the versus Danzo Sasuke in the same realm. That's where I would put him in the high Kage, because he's literally going toe to toe with some high Kage level opponents. So I definitely would put him in high Kage level. I think he's like at the low end of high Kage. Same. Okay, so EMS I put definitely above in the high Akatsuki level. Oh well,
for sure.
Actually, no.
Well, so it's kind of implied that whenever he gets EMS, that he surpasses or like reaches Itachi's level. But I mean, in this photo, he's like just removing his bandages, so he can't really use them. But so it's like weird to scale this version of him. But I think we can comfortably like put him either where we've had him or just one tier up. I'll leave him in high Akatsuki level, and probably this, because here's the thing, I know it's implied that Naruto and Sasuke are supposed to be on the same level, but I just can't see this Sasuke definitively beating
KCM2 Naruto with Sage Mode stacked on top of it.
No.
So like I don't want to.
We actually see that implication in the war. Even like Sasuke looks at what Naruto is doing, and he like gets angry. So
so like I don't feel comfortable putting him in the same like war arc, level as Naruto. So I'm gonna stick him still in high Akatsuki level. I think he's definitely like EMS at this point is definitely relative to Itachi, if not above.
And we see that in like the Edo Itachi, and Kabuto stuff, right? Like they're kind of combating alongside one another.
Yeah. So Sage Susanoo Sasuke, I guess, could be its own separate thing, and I think at this point I'd start to put him in the war arc level. I don't think that's being.
I mean, it's weird, but yeah.
No, I get it. It's like one of those things like you don't even know if you should consider it its own separate like entry. But I will just for the sake of.
Yeah.
Rinnegan Sasuke, I think he's definitely going in God tier. Yeah.
Well,
because he's not 100% used to fighting, but like. I don't know.
Well, because it's like when he first gets his Rinnegan, he's already still like combating Jubi Gaara.
I'm putting him in God tier. That's all. Because like again, I'm only scaling him to how I feel like he'd perform against Naruto at full power, and when he fought, now both of them weren't at full power, I guess, but it's like one of those things where Naruto's abilities are so crazy, and it's also implied that Naruto wasn't trying his hardest in that fight, obviously. So
for sure,
like it's one thing for Naruto to go all out with killer intent. And so that's what was kind of making me feel like maybe he's not up in God tier as soon as he gets the Rinnegan. But I feel stupid now for not even like
well, like if the bottom of War Arc is like the threshold is Edo Mater when he first shows up, and like the top of it is Sasuke with the Rinnegan, that is a massive gap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. So Sasuke with the Indra mode is definitely going in God tier. I don't think that there's much argument about that. Honestly, I'd even, because of just the raw power he's got in that thing, because he's got literally all the tail beast chakra. There's maybe a case to be made he can be beyond God tier, but.
Well, that Naruto though, that 6-pack Sage Mode Naruto, like with his starter pack. I mean, of course he had to like gather Sage Mode and stuff, but like that's a part of his arsenal,
Yeah.
Like he matched that Indra Zero, so I think having him like in that mode,
Yeah. Sasuke from the last, same thing. Chilling in God tier. Sasuke with the one eye and Boruto Sasuke, I feel like it's the same entry, so they're both going in God tier.
Well, because even though Sasuke lost his Rinnegan, he still has the Amaterasu. He might still have Kagetsuchi. He still has the physical stats to be able to, hang with fused Momoshiki. He's still a monster. So, I know people are going to be like, oh, he's so much weaker. No, he is weaker for sure, but he's still got to be in that tier.
Yeah, I would still leave him in God tier. Now we're going to everyone's favorite kunoichi, and it's Sakura. Sakura herself. Sakura as a Genin is still an academy level. You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So she's going to. And it's funny because like it immediately skips to Shippuden Sakura.
Yeah, I know. I was like, dude.
Sakura doesn't have too many entries in this list. She's obviously in Shippuden. She's mid to high Chunin, I feel like at this point.
Yeah.
Sakura in the War Arc. Definitely a Jonin level. I would even say she's elite Jonin, honestly. Well, go ahead.
You could get her to Kage level.
I was going to say that too. I was just about to say that. I was like, you know what? She's implied to be. Let's give Sakura some love.
Yeah, she's implied to be around Tsunade's level.
I'm not going to put like the Kaguya Sakura, and I know she punched Kaguya. I get it, but I can't feel like that there's any big massive gaps between like the Byakugo Sakura and the Kaguya fight Sakura. Like I feel like it's the same person.
If you want to take that scaling, because I mean the scaling is there if you want to take it. Like, but if you want to take that scaling, you have to take it with the implication that there's like a massive mental amp that she's receiving, because there's no way that Sakura in a span of 5 hours went from being able to like be on Tsunade level to be able to effectively blitz Kage. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, those same people that like wanted to stand Sakura from that feat also like make fun of her by saying that she's caught up to Naruto and Sasuke like Sage 6 pass amps. So like,
yeah,
you can't have your cake and eat it. You got to take one of the other.
100%.
So Sakura Boruto though I would honestly put her in high Akatsuki level. Like I know it's a jump, but
I might put her in War Arc, bro.
I'm thinking about it, but like
So here's my explanation for it, and like, you know, you guys take this as you want. I know Boruto scaling is weird, right? Like, she's combating Shin Uchiha, who is an absolute monster. And then if you read the novels, like I don't know, I know you've read some of the novels and stuff, but for you guys that haven't, her feats are crazy. I mean, she's able to regenerate from like getting limbs blown off. She's a monster. Yeah. So I think
I would probably put her, because like Swag also has made a case in one of his past videos that she could probably beat a live Madara without the 9 tails, and that's pretty impressive. So I'll put her in War Arc level. I'll give her some
let's give her some love.
That is the last version of Sakura that we're using. So yeah. So now we're going to Sai, and look, man, I'm not gonna say I'm not saying I don't think his character got underused, but I do not like Sai. But
Sai's whack, bro.
I don't think he's really that strong. I'd put him in Chunin level, honest to God. Like, I know some people are saying because he's like in the foundation that he should be Jonin level, even in his War Arc state, but I don't know. He just doesn't have that many feats that like are that impressive to me. Maybe unless I'm overlooking something,
He's definitely not Kage level. Even with his War Arc feats, I mean, he does get a power boost because he kind of can access his emotions now and everything. So the power boost is there. But like, even in the War Arc, I think it'd be generous to say Elite Jonin. I mean, what do you think? Because
I'm thinking, I don't know. I still want to put him in high tuning, but
yeah, I think like just because the War Arc power creep, I think we could probably sneak him into Jonin, but like low on the Jonin level. And then, but whenever he first shows up, he's definitely Chunin level.
Yeah, I'll put him in Jonin level. It's the last version.
Like if we leave him in there, because we can adjust it as we go if we need to. If we leave him in there, then it'll be like low end of Jonin.
Yeah. So now we go into our boy Kakashi. Bro.
Let's go.
So here's the thing, like, man.
The GOAT.
Yeah. So Jonin Kakashi without the Sharingan obviously is low Jonin level, right?
He's a Jonin.
Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty implied.
Also, we talked about this beforehand. He may not even be 12. I mean, he should be 4 years, and people want to debate this. If you look at the data book ages for whenever he graduated the academy and when Obito graduated the academy, when he became a Chunin, when Obito became a Chunin, they had to. We know that they took the Chunin exams together. They had to have taken it when Kakashi got promoted because we see it in the manga. He has to be 4 years younger than Obito, who was 13 when he was crushed by the boulder, making him 9 years old at this point in time. So, you know, I'm just saying. Something
to point out. Yeah. I mean, the age thing has always been weird to me. I thought about that every now and then, but I just kind of take it as it is. I still think that Kakashi's still the youngest to graduate from the academy. So there's that. Now, Kakashi with the Sharingan at the same age, I still think is, even though it's a big buff, I don't think it's enough to put him in Elite Jonin yet. So I'd still, even though I love Kakashi, I'd still put him in just basic, mid Jonin level. I
think if you want to make that argument, basically the only way that you could is scaling him to the Iwa Jonin that he beats, who was like, it's never stated he's in Elite Jonin, but he's stronger than the other Jonin. So like you could say like, but there's no way to actually like genuinely scale him that high. Even though I love my boy, my boy.
Now, to part 1 Kakashi, definitely Elite Jonin. That's where he reads
for sure.
Yeah. Kakashi with the Sharingan, still in part 1, still same thing. Elite Jonin.
Yep.
Kakashi and Shippuden, I'd still put him in Elite Jonin. I don't think he's Kage level yet. I know that some people will contend with me about that because even in part 1, there's statements that he's a good candidate for Hokage, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with Elite Jonin. Like, we're right on the cusp of Kage, on Kage level, but like at the tippy top of Jonin level.
Yeah, if you wanted to make an argument for him to be Kage level, it wouldn't hurt my feelings because, like you said, like he is stated like to be a good Hokage candidate. I do think he would beat somebody like Mei potentially, but he's not hanging with like at this point. He's not hanging with Tsunade, the Reikage, Oniki, people like that.
I mean, Kamui itself puts him in its own tier, I suppose. Like, it's still serious business, but people who are still fast enough to avoid it are, pretty safe from it. So, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, he's Kage level, but you have a restriction in yourself because when you say it. So, the Kakashi that fought Kakuzu, same thing. I don't really. I still think he's elite Jonin, but again, he's just right on the cusp of Kage level because he is going toe to toe with someone who is obviously, I would put in the Akatsuki tier, but the thing is, he's not like completely, stomping Kakuzu. He's definitely doing his best considering, and he's definitely going toe to toe, and he did wipe out one of Kakuzu's hearts, which is pretty impressive. But I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like I still don't think he's Kage level.
It's kind of a weird thing where it's like you do see like a gradual throughout the series. You see a gradual growth in his stamina, and you actually get to see that in this fight a lot. He uses a lot of different jutsu. He uses Raikiri like 4 or 5 times in this fight alone. So like if you want to get him there, you can. Up into that Kage level, but if you put him in the Kage level, he's like low Kage at this point in time, because he's still at this point super reluctant to use Kamui. We actually see him in his conversation with Naruto later on after this fight saying like, I didn't have to use the Mangekyo, but if you wouldn't have shown up, and it shows a flashback to him reacting to Kakuzu's jutsu. So like he's not. Kamui is the thing, I think, that gets him like firmly cemented into that Kage level. So as of right now, I think like high elite Jonin or low Kage, like however you guys want to do it. But I think where we got him is fine.
Now, Pain or Kakashi, I'm starting to feel more comfortable putting him at Kage level.
Absolutely,
like right at Kage level, because I mean,
he's sniping that missile, bro.
I'm gonna say, like, not even that. Like, let's be honest. Like, I mean, people who are Kakashi fans, like I am, and how Sage is, like, he almost beat Pain. Like, he almost beat with some of the 2 strongest Pains. And I mean, had it not been for that Asura path intercepting the Raikiri, Pain, the Diva path would have been done for. So, I mean,
well, and here's the argument people will make. They'll say he had health, but he could have used 2 clones in the place of Choji and Choza to accomplish the same exact thing.
I was gonna say,
and whenever they show up, he said that he had a backup plan, but this is going to save them chakra, which makes me think it's something along those lines, or maybe he was going to use the Mangekyo. But anyway, go on.
No, you're good. So I think I'm comfortable saying that this Kakashi is like right at Kage level, if anything.
Yeah.
So same thing with the Kakashi from the 5 Kage summit that fought Sasuke. I don't think there's much of a growth in the time span, so I would say it's still at Kage level.
I will say him being able to snipe that Susanoo arrow is crazy. Yeah. So it's like, because the Susanoo arrow is implied to be faster than Sasuke is, and Sasuke is like, he's not as fast as the Raikage, but he's able to somewhat react to him. So like,
well, it's not even that, like,
that thing's a monster.
Well, a lot of people don't take this into account either. Is that like that was Kakashi's first time ever seeing a Susanoo in general.
Yeah.
B, let alone not even knowing that it was going to shoot an arrow. C, he was fast enough to both activate his Mangu Sharingan and then use Kamui, which it's just all that stuff processing, and he was still able to. Yeah, it's just crazy to me.
Yeah, and not only that, but like at the very beginning of this altercation, he off-panel blitzes Sasuke. I mean, the dude is a monster. But like to get him a tier above, we need something substantial, which is what we get in this next one, I think.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, War Arc Kakashi, early and late, I'm same entry. I feel like I don't think there's, because I know a lot of people. I'm not including the QB cloak on late War Kakashi. I'm just same person.
Well, here's where I will say we can sort of differentiate if you guys want to. Now, there's no real way to imply this. It's just like if you're going to take the feats periodically or chronologically. I know you've probably seen this. I don't know how you guys all listening feel about this, but the KCM2 Minato speed scaling, when I don't know if you've seen this, Lightning, but whenever Obito is being taken over by Black Zetsu, Kakashi in base, I mean, he has the Sharingan active, so I guess not technically in base, but is standing next to KCM2 Minato, and they react to it happening at the same time and lunge at the same time and cover the same amount of ground. So like you can get late War Art Kakashi all the way up to that. You can get Raikiri Kakashi easily with 6-gate Guy. I mean, they're shown on panel, moving at the same speed. So if you guys want to differentiate that way, you can, but like there's nothing to me that suggests that he's faster there than he was at the beginning of the war. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like I said, I think at this point, I put Kakashi in the War Arc at Akatsuki level.
Yeah.
I want to, honestly, I would want to like highball him and put him in high Akatsuki because I think this Kakashi could take someone like Pain.
Yeah, I think he takes Pain because Kamui, his feats with Kamui in the war, like sniping a KCM1 Naruto's Rasengan at full speed from like dozens of meters away. I mean, being able to, again, move on pace with 6-gate Guy, potentially KCM2 Minato, being able to teleport a full KCM2 Naruto's Shadow clone.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I definitely, I think you could, if you really want to highball him, get up to War Arc level, but I think high Akatsuki is probably fair, to be honest.
Yeah, because like there are people who already contend that this Kakashi could possibly get the kill against someone like Itachi, even at like full health and his prime. So I'm
one of those guys. You guys fight me in the comments. I don't care.
So,
I'm one of those guys.
To make some people happy, I'll put early War Kakashi in Kage level and then put late War Kakashi in high Akatsuki. I mean,
gotcha.
If they need to,
I think it's fair.
Yeah, if they need to have a difference between them, then by all means, that's the difference. But so now we're going to DMS Kakashi, and you know what, man?
Yeah.
No one better freaking argue with me in the comments because this man's going right up in the gut here.
Absolutely.
I told Sage before we started recording that if the time limit wasn't a factor, this man would be put up in beyond God tier because there'd just be no way you could touch this man. And so, but the fact that it's like a 5 to 10 minute, time limit, he's got to go into God tier. There's just no question.
I mean, realistically, if there's no time limit, this dude's contending with Kage. Like, I mean, he straight up blitzes her.
Yeah.
So there's no argument he could be lower.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna go into Hokage Kakashi at the beginning of his reign, and we had a bit of a conversation about this one. Now, I'm gonna stick Hokage Kakashi in the beginning at high Kage level still, or high Akatsuki level still.
Because
I think
you want to mention you talk about the Hiden stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, bro, for those of you who don't know, I've mentioned this many times before in my videos, but Hokage Kakashi is just one of the strongest ninjas to walk the earth, and the thing is, like, the purple lightning alone is no joke. I don't see why people are not understanding why they think it's stronger than, because I've seen this argument about how Chidori is stronger than purple lightning because of the fact that Kakashi supposedly had purple lightning in the movie The Last and he didn't do anything to the meteor, but Chidori was able to. So like, okay, on that by that logic, you're saying that War Arc Kakashi could blitz and destroy that meteor with just Chidori.
That's, there's that statement from Zetsu in the Sasuke versus Itachi fight where it's talking about, like, a stone in the hand of like a superior shinobi is better than a shuriken, right? Like the tool is only as strong as the person using it. Like Sasuke is literally an Indra reincarnate.
Exactly. So like, I don't see why people are assuming that, like, just because he's using Chidori, that Chidori alone is the reason why he destroyed that meteor. Like, no.
Right.
But purple
also it's different. It's a different type of jutsu too,
Yeah. Well, and like I said, and he's able to use it in several different ways. He's able to use it as a long range projectile. He's able to use it as like a defensive mechanism if someone gets too close to injuring him or whatever. And then now again, if you don't want to say that he has all this new jutsu that he developed in the other Kakashi light novel, then this is where I'd put Hokage Kakashi in the high Akatsuki tier. But then when we get to Boruto Kakashi, I'm honestly comfortable putting him at War Arc level because the stuff that he's able to pull off is ridiculous. Aside from the purple lightning stuff and his chakra being, a lot more useful than it is now.
Insane.
Yeah, and then he has like two new jutsu that, like, just, I feel like put him in so many more tiers above because The fire style water mid-jutsu is like a flaming phoenix that is able to overpower a sage of the six paths ninja tool, and it's a water style ninja tool that's like an elemental disadvantage to Kakashi's jutsu. And according to the novel, Kakashi's able to use this thing at will, like on the spot, like he was able to use, and he's able to use Chidori or whatever. And it sounds like this thing is able to remain on the field and to shoot out random fire attacks and shoot itself at somebody. So, like, that alone sounds like a summoning jutsu that would put him above, most Kage. So,
I think you could genuinely argue for this version of Kakashi to be in God tier. Genuinely, I know a lot of people are not going to like that, but like the fact that, like you said, everything you said, he overcomes elemental disadvantage, six paths disadvantage. Not only that, but he uses like 4 of those techniques after erecting a mud wall around an entire village for almost a day and repairing it constantly from cannonball fire and ninjutsu, changing its properties, fighting 50 mercenary shinobi. Like, I mean, the dude is an absolute monster. And then I know a lot of people don't like Boruto scaling, but like he scales to Kashi and Koji, who scales to Delta, who scales to a suppressed six path sage mode Naruto. It like, I know a lot of people don't like that. Take that with a grain of salt if you want to, but like he's a monster. So we could get him that high if we want to. I'm comfortable putting him in War Arc level or God tier, but I mean, fight me. I think he beats that. I think he beats alive like War Arc Madara. I don't care.
I mean, like I said, like if Sakura could go toe to toe with a live Madara, I feel like Kakashi should be able to too, because this Kakashi also has some decent medical ninjutsu as well. So so that's nothing to sniff at either. So I can get your case about God tier, but I think it's more comfortable putting him in this War Arc.
Yeah.
So now we go on to Shikamaru in the Chunin exams, and it's pretty evident though in the beginning of the Chunin exam. Honestly, I don't think there's much of a gap in the beginning of the Chunin exam to Sasuke retrieval. I mean, obviously he has more experience in the field. But I'd still say the beginning of Chunin exams and Sasuke retrieval, Shikamaru is pretty much the same, obviously in Chunin, Chunin level. Same with the beginning of Shippuden. Still, I think he's high Chunin though, because he's able to beat Hidan, who's I'd say I don't know. Well, we'll get to him later, but still.
I mean, I honestly could probably get him to Jonin level, to be honest with you, just because of his intellect.
Yeah, but. The thing is, like, he would probably need some other backup to deal with like Hidan, but screw it. We'll put.
I think his intellect probably gets him out. The combat ability wise, he's not super impressive.
Yeah,
but if you give him prep time, he's like Batman, dude. Give him prep time, he's a monster.
Same thing with War Arc Shikamaru. I feel like same thing. He's Jonin level. Ino Part 1, Genin.
Booty.
Same with Shippuden. Obviously Chunin level. Same with Ino in the War Arc. I don't really necessarily. She has a whole lot of feats that put her in Jonin level. I think she's just really high Chunin level.
I'm pretty sure she is a Chunin here too.
Yeah, she is. That's what I'm saying. Like Shippuden and War Arc, are basically just Chunin. Choji, beginning of the series, Genin. Same thing with. Now, here's the thing. The Sasuke retrieval Choji, it's kind of the same thing with Naruto in the QB form. Like, he has the firepower of a Jonin, but I just can't see him. Because he did, like, assuming that the Sound 4 are high Chunin to low Jonin level, Choji barely kind of beat Jirobo, and so he had to reward
with the red pill that's 100 times amp.
Yeah, so I would still probably put him in. I put green pill and yellow pill in the Chunin. I would highballing this Choji. Just to give my boy some credit, because we're never using Choji again. Aside from Shippuden Choji, we'll put him in. Well, no,
I genuinely couldn't see him beating like a legit Jonin combatant. Just because they're smart, but like he has the firepower for it, like we were talking about with Naruto and Sasuke.
I'll put him in Genin and Chunin. Same thing with Shippuden Choji. He's
like high Chunin.
High Chunin.
War Arc Choji's kind of gross though.
I'm about to say I would probably put him in the same category with his dad and put him in Jonin, like mid No, not low, maybe low Jonin level, maybe mid Jonin level if we're really being generous, but because
if we take into consideration their full transformation, like getting as big as they can, they were like low key boxing with the ghetto.
I was gonna say that too. Like that's
You
nothing
know?
to sniff at. So yeah, I'll put them in mid Jonin level.
You could probably, if you want to highball them, you can get them high as Kage level, but I don't think I'm comfortable doing that. I think Jonin to Elite Jonin is fair. Yeah.
So Asuma Sarutobi obviously is
Jonin.
Well,
Elite Jonin, actually, I would say.
Yeah, I would probably say him in Elite Jonin. He's actually one of the top tiers of Jonin level, I feel like.
Yeah.
I think people don't understand. Like, I think if he had known what Hidan's abilities was, he would not have died, but...
For sure. Well, and if you just read his data book statements, it openly like compares him, says he's not too far behind Kakashi.
Yeah.
He's said to have the best close combat skill out of all of the Jonin. That includes Guy, so like... he's really, really strong, and to be a part of the group that he was a part. Yeah, like to be a part of, he's got to be elite. So he's a monster.
Hinata in part 1, Genin. Hinata at the beginning of Shippuden,
Chunin, yep.
War Arc Hinata, I'm comfortable saying is in Jonin level because she's on the level of Neji in the War Arc. Like she's going.
Yeah. They're like sinking attacks. Yeah.
So, same thing with the last Hinata.
All right, here's what I gotta say, bro.
Go for it.
She's got Hamura's chakra.
Yeah, that's true.
It took I'm gonna let you put her wherever you want to put her, but you guys listen. Here's the thing. Sakura took like a couple days to recharge Naruto's chakra whenever he was low in chakra. Hinata walks up to him, grabs his hand, and completely restores his chakra after getting Hamura's chakra. Mm-hmm. And she continues to have Hamura's chakra. So, like, she's an absolute monster. Now, here's the thing. Her feats aren't crazy, impressive. She is fighting the Toneri puppets, which are, like, able to kind of react to and keep up with, the likes of Sakura and stuff. So, I mean... If you really want to highball her, you can get really crazy with it based on the Hamura chakra stuff. But like, I'm comfortable putting her on like that low Kage level or like elite Jonin level. I think that's fair.
I would put her in elite Jonin. Yeah. I'd feel weird if I put her in Kage level. Not for any shade on Hinata, but whenever I think of Hinata, even with with all those feats, I don't picture Kage level as my point.
Right.
But I'm not arguing anything about Elite Jonin, honestly. I think almost all... We'll get to that. But Kiba, part 1, Genin. Sasuke retrieval, same thing. Still a Genin level. Kiba in Shippuden is obviously Genin. Or not Genin, Chunin. I would put Kiba in the War Arc, maybe in the low Jonin, because I think he's doing some serious firepower.
I think that's fair, and he's really useful too, with his other ninja abilities.
Yeah, and he also managed the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Granted, there was only one, but we'll give him something. So we'll put him in the Jonin level. Now, it's gonna be in the same category, but Shino in part 1, I feel like is a Chunin.
He's a dog.
Like he's a Chunin without a doubt. Like I don't. Yeah. I talked about this the other day. I think Shino was very underused. That man was a freaking tactician.
This man has never lost a fight.
I mean, he only had 2, but you know what? You can still have a better record.
You know what I mean? Undefeated, baby.
Yeah. Shino in part 2, and in the beginning of Shippuden, same thing. Chunin. Shino in the War Arc. We'll go give him in Jonin level. I think
Jonin, that's fair.
Kurenai, same thing. Jonin level.
Got to be a Jonin. Yep.
I don't. Honestly, had it not been for the Itachi crap that she had to pull, I probably would put her in Elite Jonin, but the fact that she was stupid enough to even try something like that, I'm putting her in base Jonin.
And I think like the series does a pretty good job of indicating who like the top-notch Jonin are. Yeah. And I mean, it's really Kakashi, Guy, and Asuma.
Well, even in the beginning of the Chunin exams arc, I think Asuma said like, "Oh yeah, you're a new Jonin, Kurenai." So like she's like right at the cusp of Jonin level, so yeah. Rock Lee in the beginning of the series, Genin level.
Yeah.
Weightlessly, Same thing, honestly. I know there's cases.
I would probably put him in Chunin, but like low Chunin, just because he was the first person to ever tag Gaara, and I think Gaara is like firmly Chunin level.
That's true, but the thing is like we all can agree that like Neji in part 1 is probably Chunin level, but the thing is, he wasn't reacting like he wasn't surprised or scared up until Lee started using the gates.
Yeah, that's true.
Even after he saw Lee moving around, like with the weights off, like Neji was just chilling. But then he saw Lee opening up the gates, and he's like, "What the heck?" And like, who is this kid? So, if we're talking like Gates Lee, Chunin level for sure. Same thing, honestly, with the Sasuke retrieval arc. I'm gonna put him in Chunin.
I mean, you could honestly even get him a little bit lower because of him being injured and everything.
That's true.
He'd be like low Chunin, high Genin, something like that.
Drunken Fist Lee. I mean,
God tier, bro, for sure.
You know what? That man's going in God tier.
Come on, let's go.
Hang on. Give me a second. give me a second. I got
the way he did Kimimaro, bro. Come on.
He's going in God tier just because it's Jackie Chan in Naruto.
Yes, sir. Come on.
All right, so Lee and Shippuden Chunin level. Rock Lee in the War Arc, I'd say he's Jonin level. Like, that man's going toe to toe with some of the ninja swordsmen.
Well, there's a pretty underrated feat for both Haku and him in the War Arc. Whenever Haku uses his ice mirrors to try to get across the battlefield when he's reanimated, he and Guy like stop Haku, like they kind of blitz Haku in base. So and I mean Haku, I think is either super high Chunin or like low Jonin based on statements and feats. So
same thing with the Rock Lee with the the one tail. I'm not even like. I'm putting.
It's weird.
I know. I'm not counting this as a category for him. I'm just gonna put him in the same place. Honestly, same thing with the Rock Lee with the 6 gate. Still, I'd say maybe elite Jonin. Honestly, I would start putting Rock Lee with the 6 gate at an elite Jonin level.
I mean, I think if he was smarter, you could probably get him to Kage level. But just based on how he fights and everything, he's got the power to be Kage level, I think. Yeah. But he's just not quite there as an overall combatant.
Yeah. Neji in the part 1, I'd say he's obviously going to the Genin Chunin level, but I think he's Chunin for sure. Same thing with the Sasuke retrieval. Neji in Shippuden is obviously Jonin level.
Yep.
I honestly, I don't know. If
he might be high Jonin, bro.
I want to say that, but then like there's nothing that's really definitive.
He got the air palm, bro.
Yeah, I guess that is true. Yeah, we'll go, but I just.
It's not super definitive. It just like it feels right because
the thing is like you put him against Rock Lee in this situation. Lee's pummeling him, and so
if he goes full gates, that's true.
But I'll give Neji some slack. 10-10 in part 1 can screw off. I hate 10-10. She's going in. Even 10-10 in Shippuden sucks. I hate her. I can't.
Oh yeah. Well, but dude, I mean, like even in the War Arc, she's given the 6 paths tools and does basically nothing with them.
You know what? She's going in Chunin level 2. Screw her.
No, I agree.
Might Guy obviously is a Jonin.
Yeah, and I think in base he's a Jonin. Yeah.
But actually, I don't know. Even base, he gave Kasame a pretty good kick. I'm putting him in elite. If we put part 1 Kakashi in elite Jonin level, we got to put Guy in elite Jonin level.
Yeah, I think that like the implication that I have received is like, so Sharingan Kakashi and base Guy are around the same, and then like 6th gate Guy and Raikiri Kakashi are about the same. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think if we have him in like elite Jonin, he's below Kakashi, but still in that same kind of tier. Yeah, because I don't think base Guy loses to Asuma. So yeah.
6 gate Guy and 7 gate Guy. I know it's a big difference in the gate, but well. Oh yeah. 6 gate.
So 7th gate Guy, he was able to beat Kisame.
Yeah, who's a high Akatsuki level. Yeah.
Yeah, and then later on in the War Arc, which I know that we see this later in the next one, obviously, but later on in the War Arc, his Hiradora levels Susanoo in 7th gate. So like it's a wood clone Susanoo, but he's a monster.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Guy in the 7th gate and War Arc in Kage level.
I think you could even highball him to like high Kage. So do you think Kisame is in high Akatsuki? Because he beat Kisame. After Kisame absorbed
that is
chakra
true.
after he absorbed chakra from B too, so like it's arguable that
that's the
he
thing.
was amped.
But that's the thing is like 7K guy. The 7K, it's a temporary boost.
Yeah.
So it.
As long as he can get that Hirudoa off, though, dude. Oh man, that thing's crazy.
I'm gonna put him a high Kage level.
Gotcha.
I feel like he's like right there with Warwick Kakashi and 7K guy. Obviously, I don't know why I even debated that, but yeah, same thing with Warwick guy, high Kage level. Because I think Warwick guy and 7K guy in this entry right here is the same thing.
Yeah.
Because he's using 7K in the later half of the war arc anyway.
Yeah, he's like boxing with Jubidara temporarily.
Yeah, not that. I'm talking about like before Jubidara. Like he's using 7K.
In his 7th gate, he tries to box with him, but like he can't really get to him. Yeah.
So and then my guy with the 8 gate is God tier.
God tier for sure.
Yeah,
he's like the low end of God tier, but definitely God tier.
Same thing with like the DMS. If there's a longer time limit, then I'd put him higher. But
yeah, I mean, I think 8th gate guys got to go like below DMS Kakashi simply for the fact that he can't touch him, and Kakashi's like, I know people debate about this, but DMS Kakashi's speed scaling to Kaguya is like it scales higher than 8th gate guys. If you take like 8th gate guys, scales a little bit higher than single Rinnegan Jubidara, and then he gets the other Rinnegan. Their speed's at least close, but I could argue Kakashi's is higher. So he's on that same tier, but I think 8th gate guy, they both have temporary boosts, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard to talk about that fight, but yeah, I think he's definitely in God tier for sure though.
Yeah. So now we're going to Gaara in the Chunin exam. I'm putting him in the Chunin and stuff, but he's obviously Chunin.
Yes,
like
for sure.
Same thing with the transformed Gaara. I mean, maybe you could say he's Jonin level, but he doesn't have control over the state. Is the problem? Like,
right? He
has the firepower of the Jonin, but like with
he's able to get like critically wounded by Sasuke.
Yeah,
too.
Exactly. So like
if it was like Kakashi there, he would have put a Raikiri through his chest, no problem.
Yeah. So even a lot easier than Sasuke did. So Sasuke retrieval Gaara is Jonin level. I have no problem saying that. That man was doing some work. Gaara is the Kage. Obviously, he is Jonin level, right? You know what I'm saying? We're putting.
I would probably put him in Kage level, right? Yeah.
No, he's definitely.
Bro, Lightning, are you having an aneurysm right now, bro?
No. Early war arc. I want to say he's the same thing. I don't think there's enough to put him above.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yeah. If we take his feats chronologically, well, it depends on what you mean by early war arc too, because like is early war arc, whenever Edo Madara shows up, or is early war arc before that? Because
when
Edo Madara shows up,
I don't think there's a difference between early or late war arc. Gaara, personally,
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so either. There shouldn't be, but like if you just look at like the feats, how they gradually kind of build throughout it, it's like his. The speed of his sand is slightly like he has a little bit better feats toward the end, and then the Grand Mausoleum Seal he doesn't use in the beginning, but he uses at the end. So like if you want to separate them, you can, but I don't really see a clear difference. I don't
want to lowball Gaara, but
he's definitely I think he's definitely stronger than he was, but like
there's nothing like too like definitive like
he's not beating Itachi.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
I don't even know if I consider him still beating Datara. I mean,
I think he beats Datara. I don't think that he beats because the thing about the fight between him and Datara is Datara came with like he was low on clay, but then also Gaara was like babysitting the village the whole time.
Yeah,
so
but
it's like
Gaara also doesn't have his Jinchuriki. Like he doesn't have the tail beast anymore, and that was a big help with the fight against Datara to begin with. So that's where like I don't really know.
That is true. Like with his stamina and stuff.
Yeah, like I don't. I'm gonna leave.
Well, and then he beats. Yeah, well, he beats Rasa, his father and everything too. I think I would be personally comfortable getting him all the way up to high Kage, because I don't think he's quite on that Itachi, Pain, Kisame, Obito kind of level for the high Akatsuki, because I think like 7th gate guy probably beats him up with Hirudoa.
I'll put War Arc Gaara in Akatsuki level. Like
gotcha.
Base
Yeah,
Akatsuki
I like that.
I think it's just right in the middle. I feel like make people happy.
Yeah.
Gaara and Boruto is definitely high Akatsuki level. Yeah, he's definitely high Akatsuki level. I would
What do you think about his feats against Momoshiki, bro?
I know everyone says that, but like, I don't know.
I mean, here's the thing. He didn't solo him. He didn't even come close to soloing him. So like, you can't really scale him that high. But his reaction speed is up there with like Kinshiki and Momoshiki. So like, you could, I personally, if you're gonna take the Boruto, like the Momoshiki fight into consideration, I wouldn't put him in God tier, but like, he's probably, in my opinion, right around that War Arc level, because I think he could probably give Madara some issues. I'm not sure if he would beat Madara just based on their power sets, but I think he beats everybody else in the Akatsuki at this point in time. Aside from Obito. I'm not gonna get. Please don't clip that.
No. I think they already knew that.
Yeah, but I think he's beating Itachi. I think he's beating, aside from like a Tsukiyomi GG or something. I think he's clearly beating Kisame, Orochimaru, Kakashi, like all of them.
I don't know, because I just can't. Maybe I'll put him in more arc. I think he does kind of like give Edo Madara a run for his money.
Some trouble, right? Yeah,
but everything else aside from that, I like the Madara, alive Madara that has
that smacked all the Bijou around.
Yeah, I don't think that one's.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think it's tough to get him all the way up there.
So now we'll go on to who's next? Tamari in the beginning of part 1, Genin, Sasuke retrieval, definitely Chunin level. Honestly, I'd even consider like right on the cusp of Jonin level. Honestly, at that point.
Like high Chunin for sure. But like what she does with her like wind scythe, dude, leveling the whole freaking forest, bro, crazy. Shippuden, I think she's a Jonin, right?
Yeah, she is Jonin. So base Jonin level. Give me a second. I'm trying to.
Oh, you're good. And then War Arc. I mean, I don't know if there's really much of an indication that she gets much stronger, but like I'm comfortable putting her like high Jonin.
Yeah, I'll put her in
like Jonin. On the low end.
Yeah, I'll give her elite Jonin. Konkuro, part 1. Genin.
I think he's Chunin level. Yeah.
I don't know about Chunin level in the tuning exam.
Like low Chunin. Like, oh yeah, you're right. Sasuke retrieval.
Sasuke retrieval. Yeah, Chunin for sure. Konkuro. Well, I'll retract that statement in part 1 in the beginning, because he did do a decent job against Shino, and we kind of agree that Shino is Chunin level.
Yeah, so that's true.
We'll give him that. Konkuro and Shippuden is Jonin level, but I don't think I personally don't see Konkuro being in the elite Jonin, because his feats aren't that great. So it's no hate on Konkuro, but he just doesn't really do anything as impressive as I think he should.
No. So he just gets dunked on by Sasori.
Yeah. Baki, Jonin level.
Well, so in the War Arc, he does have the Sasori puppet though. So do you think we should move him up in the War Arc or no?
No, because again, like I said, I just don't see his feats being
like not a lot of feats. Yeah, gotcha.
Baki, I feel like he's like a typical, Jonin level. I don't.
He's stated to be the strongest Jonin in the Hidden Sand, but like, what does that mean in comparison to like overall Jonin rank? Yeah.
Iruka, I'm pretty sure Iruka is.
I think he's a Chunin.
Chunin, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't even think he gets that much stronger throughout the series. So, same with Mizuki, Chunin level.
Yeah.
Then here we start with that one guy in Naruto. No, for real, Gemma.
One guy, but not that one guy. The other guy. Yes.
Yeah, Gemma for real though is legit. I like him though. But he's definitely just typical Jonin. Same with Raido, typical Jonin. Aoda.
Yo, Alba is slept on, dude.
He is.
This guy's a monster. He's got some crazy feats. Listen, I would definitely put him high Jonin or elite Jonin simply because of his his feats against Kabuto, being able to react to Kabuto and kind of like scuffle with him, and then also whenever Kisame, I don't know if like people don't catch this a lot of the time. Whenever Kisame is like he like comes out of Samehada at the waterfall of truth and stuff, KCM one Naruto, and like Alba throws his kunai into him, is using this jutsu that's supposed to like transfer his chakra into him to paralyze him, and he absorbs the chakra. Right now, this completely drops B to his knees, and Alba drops after that. So like Alba low-key might have crazy levels of chakra, and he's able to swap hands with Kabuto. So I would say elite Jonin, but it just depends on what you're comfortable with on there too.
Well,
this man is slept on, bro. I'm telling you.
I could agree, but I think I'm going to keep him at this. I mean, mid.
He's either at like he's either like the high level of regular Jonin or like the low end of elite Jonin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So now we're going to Yamato, and I actually am comfortable putting Yamato in elite Jonin.
Oh yeah.
I think some people might actually give me some flack about that, but I mean, it's Yamato.
Well,
I mean,
haters gonna hate, bro.
It is what it is. Yamato with the guru. I don't.
Bro was taken on.
I know. I just don't even. I don't know.
You know
I
what
don't
I
even
mean?
like doing this because I feel like it's such a disrespect to Yamato as a character. I hate this form. I honestly really do.
Because it's not even really him doing it. It's with Guru. If you want to consider this Yamato because it's not actually Yamato controlling it, then whatever. But like his feats could probably get him Akatsuki to high Kage. I mean, he's kind of boxing multiple Kage at the same time. So
yeah, I'll put him in Kage level just because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it does feel weird though because it's like it's not Yamato, right?
I don't want to gloss over that, but I just don't want to keep talking about that. I can't stand that. I think Yamato
I got you.
Anko, put her in.
She's like base Jonin.
Yeah, base Jonin. I like her personality. She's pretty cool. That alone, probably. Yeah, I'm gonna put her.
Yo, they did her dirty in Boruto though.
Oh, they definitely did. They did her dirty in the war arc. Shoot.
Yeah, that's true.
Gozu and Meizu in the Demon Brothers Chunin.
Yeah.
I think they were intended to be a little bit stronger than they were, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Shizune is.
They were just cannon fodder for Sasuke.
Yeah. Shizune is Jonin level. I'd want to put her in elite Jonin level because she was kind of doing some damage or giving Kabuto some trouble, but again, she just doesn't have the feats. I feel like she was intended to be a lot like more useful than she was, but I'm sticking her with base Jonin. Choza, Choji's dad, I'm gonna put him in elite Jonin.
Yeah, like in base, that's got to be where he's at. But then whenever he goes, obviously the Geto Mazo stuff, you could probably move him up higher. But yeah, I think elite Jonin's good.
Kuratsuchi, Jonin level. I mean, base Jonin level. I can't see her being that much, Kikatsuchi, I think he's elite Jonin. I think he's got some. You don't see enough of him, but there's something about him. I think he has this disposition of a competent Jonin. So I feel as though even though he doesn't have so many feats, there's something about him makes me want to put him in elite Jonin because he feels like he's been around. You know what I'm saying? So
he levels either Kinkaku or Ginkaku with a punch from like his like stone fist. Like I mean he's got like a good feat. Yeah. And as far as Kuratsuchi, I just want to clear up we're referencing her in Shippuden. This is not Kage Kuratsuchi. Yeah.
I just want to make sure everyone doesn't hype on me about that one.
Yeah.
Same with Chojuro. Like, don't hype up. Don't give a slack about this. But this Chojuro and Shippuden is like.
I think he's like low Jonin because he's a Kage aide, but he also it's kind of featless.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got some stuff. But
yeah, but the fact that he's able to wield one of the 7 Ninja Swordsmen.
Yeah,
I'm giving him elite Jonin because he did.
Yeah, gotcha.
He did do some damage to Sasuke, albeit in his Susanoo.
That's true.
But I mean, and he was. Tangling with he was actually protecting the Mizukage a good bit, so I'll give him that.
Yeah he's kind of like a little whiner, so I
Chio
Chio's a monster, bro.
I'm putting her at Kage actually I'm putting her at Katsuki level.
I think that's good.
She's super slept on. And I almost want to speak for her younger self because I feel like because we saw her as as an old woman tangling with Sasori. I think the fact that she did so well at her age means that in her heyday, she was probably already Kage level. So,
oh, dude, yeah, probably high Kage to be honest with you.
And I'm probably gonna say the same thing about Edo Chio. I don't even know why there's really 2 entries, but whatever. Konohamaru in the beginning, when in the series, is I was doing Genin. Konohamaru and Boruto, obviously, he's like. I feel bad because I was expecting much more from Konohamaru.
Same, 100%.
Unfortunately, I have to put. I would feel a little bit weird if I put him in Elite Jonin. As much as I want to, I just feel like I can't.
I mean, that Rasengan is crazy, but like, I mean,
everything else is not that great. No.
So disappointing, yeah.
Zabuza, I'm putting him at Elite Jonin.
Yeah, I agree.
There are people who are already arguing that he's Kage level as well, but I don't feel like he is.
No,
I feel like he's like right on the cusp of Jonin level. Haku, same thing. I put him in at Elite Jonin level.
Yeah. It seems like Zabuza kind of like states that Haku's stronger than him, but then like feats wise, like I don't necessarily agree with that. They're on par
with each other,
so,
I feel like.
Yeah, they're on the same level.
Same thing with Edo, Zabuza, and Haku. I don't feel like there's much of a difference between the two. I feel like there's just still the same person, so I'm gonna...
Yeah, I mean, if you want to like take into consideration the power creep, you can, but at the same time, they both still get bodied, and I mean, in a much quicker fashion than they do in part 1. So like a stronger Kakashi makes easier work of them at this point in time. So yeah.
Okay, so Hashirama, the one that fought Hiruzen, is like significantly weaker than the one
significantly nerfed.
So I'm saying like 10%, but I think he's still Kage level, obviously. So I'm saying him like right at the beginning of Kage level because it's like 10% of his like real power.
Yeah.
So then alive Hashirama, you know what?
Monster.
I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm actually kind of debating on whether I feel like he should be in God tier or not.
Well, yeah, because if he has access to the the giant Buddha fist, well, no, that's Sage mode. Yeah. So if we're just going base Hashirama, I would say probably right around that War Arc level.
Yeah, I put him in War Arc.
Yeah, but then we got to give Sage mode Hashirama some love.
Edo Madara.
Hashirama,
yeah, sorry. To put him
probably right around the same tier. Yeah. If we're considering it his base.
Yeah, I'll put him in War Arc level.
It's so weird that they've got like Alive base and Edo base, and then Alive Sage mode, and then Edo Sage mode.
Yeah, Alive Sage mode. I'm putting him in. I feel like it's gotta be in God tier. I
gotta be.
I gotta be. I feel like it because.
Yeah, he looks at Naruto with the 9 tails and says he has almost as much chakra as me.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, that's not good. That's freaking crazy.
Do the monster.
Yeah. So put and then Edo Sage mode Hashirama. Because of like there's supposed to be like not as strong. I feel like I should put him in War Arc level.
Yeah. Well, and because he doesn't have like, I'm not sure if he doesn't have access to it, but he never uses the 1,000-handed Buddha fist,
No,
so
I'm sticking with God tiers. Forget it. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
It's still.
It's
still Edo,
God of Shinobi.
Yeah. So, Tobirama, the one that fought Hiruzen, still same thing. Like low Kage level.
Yeah.
1 second, I gotta move it up a little bit. The screen's getting larger now because of the freaking. There's so many entries.
Oh, you're good.
Tobirama alive. High Kage level, or no, high Akatsuki level. I feel like I don't want to sleep on Tobirama. Because
there's kind of an implication from Mater whenever he's revived that like he should have been able to hit him kind of thing. Like he's like, look at you, like you who boasted the fastest speed.
Yeah.
And then he even says like it's fate that I was revived like this and you guys were revived the way you were.
Yeah.
So like there's a weird implication that like he could be up to that War Arc level, but I'm not comfortable putting him there to be honest with you, because he can't really use the tandem paper bombs without prep there, or he wouldn't anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Same thing with Edo Tobirama, honestly. I feel like there's not much of a difference. Personally.
Well, the difference to me would be the tandem paper bombs, right? Because like now he can use those like with no repercussions. So and like the tandem paper bombs are crazy. So like I do think that they could be in the same tier, because I don't think Edo Tobirama, well, we know Edo Tobirama is not contending with that Madara, right?
Yeah.
So like, but I do think that version of Tobirama is probably stronger, weirdly, than alive Tobirama, because he can use the tandem paper bombs, if that makes sense. Because otherwise, the way that, yeah, go ahead.
I'll put him on Warwick level. I feel like I'll give him a break because.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can put him around that tier, because like the AP is crazy, right? Like it was able to like damage the deity gates that weren't damaged by a 10 tails Bijou bomb. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. So Hiruzen alive, but an old man. I'll put him at like high Kage level.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think this Hiruzen as an old man is necessarily reaching high Akatsuki. So
yeah, it really depends on like where you think the high levels of the Akatsuki rank against the other Kage, because he's stated to be the strong, even at that time, stated to be the strongest of the 5 Kage. But I don't think that the Kage do well against the top tier of the Akatsuki.
Well, so I don't see this Hiruzen beating Itachi, Pain, or Obito. So
right, I agree.
Yeah.
Honestly, Kasame would give him some issues.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Hiruzen Edo. I think Edo Hiruzen would probably go into War Arc level.
He's a monster.
Yeah, I definitely put him in War Arc level. I think he's freaking crazy.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the stamina issues. You know, he countered the Guru statue. Yeah, so he's a beast.
Hiruzen in Prime, that's a tricky one, because obviously, I've made cases, but here's the thing. In one of my previous videos, I've said that I feel like an example we could have used for Prime Hiruzen is Kakashi in the Boruto era, because I feel like, just from statements alone, because they're kind of like the same person, honestly. They're both really intelligent. They boast a good bit of strength. They also have a vastly variety of jutsu to use. So I feel as though they're like the same person. So what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna put Prime Hiruzen in like the War Arc level.
Yeah, like high end of the War Arc level.
Just from statements alone, I feel like he should be on around the same level as Hokage Kakashi in the Boruto era. So I'll give him that. Now we're going to Joni Minato. Now I know it says Joni Minato, but I still feel like this Minato is Kage level. So
I think you might even be able to get him higher, to be honest with you, just based on his feats against the Reikage and B.
But I'll put him at Kage level just to make. Now obviously Hokage Minato is like a high Akatsuki level.
Yeah,
he beat Obito. Like, I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, I would honestly, because I think he would probably be one of the strongest ones in that tier. Because I don't know how you feel about it, but I personally have him above Tobirama. I know like that's a big debate in the community, but like they're at least on the same tier. You know,
I'm almost. I don't know if I want to put Alive Minato in the same category as War Arc, right next to like Hashirama. Well,
it's weird. It's weird.
Actually, now, considering the freaking novel that
the one-shot manga. Yeah, because it's it's a weird statement, because we're not sure if that means like he's as powerful as him or like as talented as a shinobi, but like he is directly compared to him. And Minato is weird because like he in base, as like whenever he gets reanimated, is able to perform similar speed feats both in base and in KCM. Like there's the only real amp that we see from him, because he uses FTG a lot, right? So like we don't see a ton of physical speed feats. So teleportation is teleportation, right? Like it's not getting any faster. So he's a weird character, because it's like Hokage Minato, aside from the Kurama avatar, is like pretty much the same as KCM Minato in a lot of ways. So it's weird. But yeah, I think that's a good spot for him.
I'll put him in War Arc level. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Edo Minato, same thing. Honestly, I put him in War Arc level.
He's not very good at Sage mode, so probably right around the same level.
Yeah. But just the fact
he openly says
mode, like just the fact that he has Sage mode though is like I feel like it's just
when he openly says like I've never used this in battle before. I'm like, okay, I mean it's sick.
Even though we have like Edo Minato with Sage mode and the separate entry, I'm still putting him in like War. Like, same thing. KCM Minato.
He gets a major AP boost, like power boost overall, you know. But like I said earlier, there's
I don't think it's enough to put him in God tier. I feel like, actually no, because I feel like he'd do decent against DMS Kakashi. Personally, to me,
I would have to get pushback on that, to be honest with you. But I think it's just because I'm not sure if he has an answer for Kamui. But at the same time, FTG might allow for him to teleport out of Kamui, so I don't know. But the thing about KCM Minato is he's like clearly below the likes of like Obito, and so like we have to. But then again,
that is true.
But then again, like Hashirama admits inferiority to Obito, so if we have Hashirama and KCM Minato on the same level, then he could definitely go into that same tier.
I'll leave him at War Arc level. I think he's like right on the cusp of God tier level, but I think I'm gonna keep him at War Arc level.
Yeah, because to me, the implication that I get is that like Hashirama is still a little bit above him at this time. You know.
So now we're going to Tsunade. Obviously, Kage level. Part 1 Tsunade, I'd probably say just Kage level. Honestly, I don't think she's high Kage level yet. I know there's not like a big gap in ability. I just feel like I don't know. I just don't feel right. I guess putting Part 1 Tsunade in high Kage level.
There's no real indication that like she got stronger aside from like losing her mental nerf, but at the same time she's kind of featless outside of her mental nerf there.
Maybe
so like
we could put her in
Akatsuki
level because she was going toe to toe with Orochimaru, even though he didn't have his hands, but she was dealing with both Kabuto and Orochimaru. So
and I think she could take out some of the lower ranks.
I'll put her in Akatsuki level. Tsunade with 100 healings, definitely freaking high. I'd probably even put her in high Akatsuki, I think. But
I agree. I mean, this might be a hot take, dude, but like I think there's a good shot that she just like based on her work feats beats up Kisame. And I love Kisame, but I think he might get beat up.
Yeah, I'm sticking her high Akatsuki level. Jiraiya, base Jiraiya.
Jiraiya's weird. I love Jiraiya, dude, but he's.
He is a weird one.
He doesn't have great feats, dude.
But I mean, he's definitely Kage level. But
yes, for sure.
No, actually, I'm putting him in Akatsuki level. Because I think he can actually contend with some of the lower to mid Akatsuki members.
Well, he beat Konan. You know what I mean? Exactly. So like,
So I'll put him in there, and then Sage mode Jiraiya. I want to say the same thing, but I think.
We might put it. I could put him at high Kage level. Yeah. I mean, I think he's below like Rikage A. Probably Oniki. He's probably below Tsunade as well. But I think he's above like Mei. Mm-hmm. So I
put him at high Kage level. Orochimaru in the Chunin exams with his arms. Honestly, that's probably the closest thing. Well, aside from War Arc Orochimaru, but I feel like that's probably close to prime Orochimaru as we're gonna get. To some extent, anyway.
Aside from like War Arc and Boruto,
I want to say he's obviously Akatsuki level, but I don't know if I'd put him in the top.
I would probably go high Kage, right?
Yeah,
like not high Akatsuki. He's not up there with like Itachi and all. that.
So we'll stick him in high Kage level. Same thing, honestly. I know
I might put him one tier down for this next one.
I think so too, honestly. So he's like just base Akatsuki level.
Orochimaru and Boruto's a dog. Well, we're on War Arc.
Yeah, War Arc. I think I'd still put him in high Akatsuki or high Kage. I don't think I put him in high Akatsuki. I still don't think he beat Pain or Itachi, but.
It's weird because there's some like statements that I do agree with you because he doesn't have the feats to back it up. Mm-hmm. But if somebody wants a bone, there's a statement. I talked about it in one of my latest videos. I can't remember which one, but basically, Suigetsu isn't confident that EMS Sasuke can beat Orochimaru, and Orochimaru concedes that he can't take over Sasuke's body, but he never concedes that he can't like beat him,
Yeah.
which is two different things, right? Because it's like a tug of war. It's not like you beat him and it's totally different. And he's referencing the power of his eyes too. So like, if you want to go on statements and like assumptions based on that, then you could get him above EMS Sasuke or like on that same tier. But I don't feel comfortable doing that, even though he has his arms back and like an immortal body. But yeah, I just for those out there that wanted something to latch onto.
So now we're going to Boruto Orochimaru, and I mean,
he's a monster, bro.
Yeah, he is a monster. I honestly would put him at War Arc level. Like around,
I agree.
Around Kakashi and Hashirama and all of them. I don't think he's quite on Hashirama's level, but he's like right on the cusp of being in that War Arc section. I feel like anyway.
Like beating a Gaara member is impressive. Yeah. You know, like he's a beast.
Kabuto in part 1 and in Shippuden, or early Shippuden, I'd say he's elite Jonin level. Yeah,
he's right there because I think he's a little bit below Kakashi, but he should be on that same tier.
Yeah, Sage Mode Kabuto,
beast.
Yeah, I think I'd put him in. I want to say God tier almost. I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost want to say God tier, but
I would probably go War Arc level simply because I don't think he beats that version of Madara.
No, that's true. I just feel like this man is just. It took. Yeah, I'll stick with War Arc level.
He's a monster, but it's tough to get him above my dude Madara.
Yeah. Jirobo, Jonin. Like base Jonin.
Like all of these, like all the sound 4 pretty much.
Yeah. Even in their
and honestly in base I would probably you could even get them to Chunin, but we could have them all in that Jonin level to be honest.
Yeah, I think even in their curse mark 2, they're just right on the cusp of like Jonin level or at Jonin level.
This next guy sucks. Yoroi.
No, hang on. I'm still getting all this.
Yeah, stuff. I was looking past the the sound.
Yeah, Yoroi's. I don't know why they even have it on here, but we gotta give. Yeah. We gotta give the minor characters some.
Yeah, dude.
Love too, I guess. But
God, the guys that were in one chapter.
Yeah, I know. Ridiculous. They had a cool design though. I'll give it to them, but I mean, they were just a setup for Kabuto, I guess.
Yeah, Mizumi, same kind of thing. Probably like Chunin, Jonin, or not Jonin. God, Chunin or Genin.
Yeah.
Same thing with Kin, Zaku.
I put those two at like Yoroi and Mizumi at Genin level. I don't think I even put Chunin level, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Keen, same thing. Zaku, same thing. I probably would put Dosu and Chunin. Maybe like low to mid Chunin, because I think he had something for him. Like he was packing something, but I think he got done dirty too. I think he would have been a really cool antagonist to keep around, at least at the end of the part 1. I feel like maybe in the Sasuke retrieval arc had him around, but
Dosu's cool.
Suigetsu, I think Suigetsu's like elite Jonin personally. I feel like
I think the fact that he was able to even somewhat tangle with a tailed beast is super impressive.
Yeah, and he felt confident enough to take on Kisame, even though Sasuke like literally retorted with like you aren't strong enough to take him on. I feel like Suigetsu would perform pretty decently considering who he'd be up against.
Yeah, I think he'd probably lose, but I think and the fact that he can wield one of the 7 ninja swordsman blades is pretty impressive too.
Jugo, same thing. Honestly, I think I put him in elite Jonin. Karin, I want to say she's just Jonin level. I don't really want to say she's like elite Jonin level, because she doesn't have any. She's basically just a support, right? I mean,
I mean, at this point in time, like she hasn't shown access to the chains, so you could get her as low as like Chunin, to be honest. But I think it's fair to put her at Jonin.
At War Arc, I feel like I'm comfortable putting her in like elite Jonin. I feel like right on the cusp of elite Jonin.
Yeah, I mean, and with the chains, like if you scale the chains themselves, you can get her even higher. But her as a combatant overall, I think elite Jonin's fair.
Kimimaro, now he's a tough one to kind of do right now, but if we're going off of the pictures that are shown here, we have to do Kimimaro in his like near death state.
Yeah. Base C1 and C2. I mean, I would probably rank base.
I want to say like elite Jonin, but I don't.
I don't think that.
Yeah, I'm putting him in
I
elite Jonin. Cause,
I don't think that Kimimaro is stronger than Kakashi at this point in time.
Because he was doing pretty good against Gaara, who we've already established as as
a Jonin.
So, or did we say? Yeah, we said he's Jonin level. That's right. So I think CS1. As much as I want to say he's Kage leveled, I want to say he's just elite Jonin level still because of his sickness. I think that's the only thing that's keeping me back from putting him in Kage level. We don't have a hypothetical well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Edo Kimimaro is on this list somewhere, so we'll get to him. But for right now, I have to put alive, near death Kimimaro in elite Jonin, like right on the cusp of Kage level. But so far, he's just elite Jonin level. Darui, elite Jonin. In the war.
We have him in the 5th grade. God, Jesus. So we got to consider the Fuse Momoshiki feats again.
I honestly think we can put him in the same tier as
up there in that war arc level.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking? Or Hayakatsuki at least.
Hayakatsuki. I don't think he's necessarily on Gaara's level, but I think he's got. I think he's packing something. So I think I'm comfortable with putting him in Hayakatsuki. Danzo. That man's going into the academy levels. Forget him.
Yeah.
Real talk though, I think he's Kage level. I don't think he's Hayakatsuki level.
No.
Well,
even it was because he loses to a pretty fatigued MS Sasuke, and so he's definitely Kage level because he's got the Izanagi and stuff and hacks, but like in terms of his scaling, he's not really able to like even keep up with Sasuke. He has to rely on the Izanagi. So
we have heavy Sasuke and Akatsuki level, so I feel as though like as much as I hate Danzo, I feel like it would make sense if we put him in a tier below heavy Sasuke.
Yeah, so, I'm just thinking of like out of all of the Akatsuki members, like who can he beat? Like Konan and Zetsu, maybe. Like I don't see him beating Sasori or Deidara.
I'll stick him at Kage level. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Like his hacks gets him higher, but like in terms of like his actual ability as a combatant, like
the 4th Right Kage, obviously he's high Kage level.
High Kage, yeah.
1 second, I keep having to scroll up because.
Oh, you're good. It's a long list, dude.
I know, so the list is getting too big now. 3rd Right Kage, that man's. I want to say God tier. I honestly have.
He's a dog.
I honestly have almost no reserve putting him in God tier, bro, because had it not been for Naruto being so quick to think about him, like, using his own attack was the only thing that could stop him. Like,
well, so here's the thing, though. So this is where I because I love the 3rd Right Kage, but the problem with it is he fell on that blade, or that like, the spear right after like essentially passing out from exhaustion, right? So I'm like, he's a monster for sure, but I'm like, I don't know if we have anything that can, because he tangled with the 8 tails to tame the 8 tails, right? Like that's the job of the Raikage. So did 4th Raikage. So they're both Bijou level,
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would put him slightly above the Raikage, but I'm not sure if I can put him like, or the 4th Raikage A. I'm just not sure if I can put him like tiers above. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna put him at War Arc level.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I'm comfortable with that.
Like him nerfed as an Edo boxing with Sage Mode War Arc Naruto is super impressive.
Yeah. The 3rd Kage, I mean, I guess we could put him in a high Kage level. I think he's like implied to be the strongest aside from Gaara.
No, well, yeah, he's even implied to be the strongest up until the war arc.
I was gonna say Gaara like after the war arc. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So I'll put him in high Kage level. I don't think there's anything like really putting him above that. In terms of feats, anyway. Same thing with.
Yeah, I mean there's statements, but yeah, in terms of feats for sure.
Same thing with Rasa.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say he's weaker than Orochimaru, so we can just put him below Orochimaru. Because Orochimaru killed him.
Yeah, I would say right at Kage level. Same thing with Edo, Rasa, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
The 3rd Kage. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of feats to go off of him, so I think I'm just gonna put
probably
him at
Kage level.
Kage level, yeah.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Same thing with Mei.
Yeah, May's definitely Kage level. I love Mei, but she's just not. She doesn't have a whole lot of feats. She was doing pretty good again as a team member against Madara.
Yeah.
I'll give her that.
She's great support.
But aside from that, no. Chojuro in the Boruto era, I'll put him in the same category as Darui.
Yeah.
I'll put him in high Akatsuki level because I think he could tangle with a good bit of the Akatsuki members at this point.
Oh yeah.
Mu, high Kage level, I would say.
I think that's fair.
I think because like if we're putting one anywhere near Onoki, who's got the particle style, I think particle style just puts him in the high Kage level, like on the spot.
Yeah, I mean that's literally it's a one shot kill against anyone. You know what I mean? Like
so Onoki, the one that fought Madara, I guess, in the early war arc, I feel like it's the same thing.
yeah.
I'm gonna put him.
I mean, you could say he has like a mental amp against Madara, but like, I hate that.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna put him. High Kage. I'm gonna Akatsuki.
Yeah, I think he's stronger than another.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all in that same kind of level.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put him in high Akatsuki level.
Yeah, Kuretsuchi right around Darui, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, same thing with Chojuro and Darui. Yeah. Same.
Yo, Hanzo's a dog.
Yeah.
Hanzo took on the legendary Sannin and their platoon all at once by himself.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna put him. I want to say high Kage level. I don't want to put him in the high Akatsuki level because he did lose to Pain.
Well, it is stated though that he only lost because he lost his reserve. You know, like he lost his edge. He got he was able to be sort of undermined by like Danzo's scheming. So like whenever he's fighting Mifune, you know, Mifune's like your sword doesn't even cut the same. You don't have the same reserve.
Yeah.
And then the weird kind of crazy feat, he's able to resist the Edo Tensei and cut open his poison sac. So I mean, like you can get him pretty high, but he is relatively featless. So like based on his feats, you know, it's not super impressive. But you know, based on
I think high Kage, but like right on the cusp of high Akatsuki.
Yeah.
Like I could see him maybe tangling with Kisame and then doing some damage.
Yeah, but he's losing to like, you know, Itachi and Pain. Yeah.
Mifune, I really don't give a crap. I really don't.
Mifune should be right around Hanzo.
I know.
They were implied to be relative.
Yeah, but again,
it's weird. It's super weird.
I'll put him at.
He's just the dude with a sword.
Kage level. I can't put him above.
Okay.
I can't put him at Katsuki. There's no freaking way. I'm sorry. Deidara, I'm putting him at
Akatsuki.
Yeah, I'll put him at Akatsuki level. I don't think he's high Akatsuki level personally.
No. Yeah, I think the barometer for me in my mind has been like, if you're as strong as or stronger than Kisame, you get into that high Akatsuki level.
Yeah. Same thing with Edo Deidara, and I don't even know why Deidara C0 is even an entry, but
that's weird.
I'm just gonna put him in the same thing, honestly.
Yeah. It's like, are you just scaling the AP off of it? Like, what in the world?
I know. Sasori, I'm gonna put him at like high Akatsuki level. I'm not gonna. Well, I don't know why.
Yeah, in the Hiroko puppet. Yeah, it's weird. I'm not gonna even do
that. I'm just gonna say Sasori, but
gotcha.
Sasori and
Sasori's not quite high Akatsuki, I don't think. But I think he could be that high Kage level because he does have the third Kazekage puppet as well.
Yeah, I'll put him in high Kage level. I almost want to put him in high Akatsuki level because I think he's just so versatile and deadly.
Yeah.
But
there's an argument for it for sure.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put. And the same thing with Edo Sasori. Like he's just chilling up at high Kage level. Hidan. I gotta be honest with you. I don't even want to say he's Kage level. Okay. prep. If you have no knowledge, he's Kage level. But if you have knowledge, he's
Yeah.
nothing really tough to deal with. Like,
He's like elite Jonin level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's going. Kakazu.
Because even like Kakashi at that point in time during the Kakazu fight, he's fighting Hidan while having to watch out for all of Kakazu's hearts, like blasting him, and he's not getting touched by him. So like, to put him any higher than that is just disingenuous, you know.
Yeah. Kakazu, bro, I'm not gonna lie.
Kakazu's a dog.
He's my favorite Akatsuki member, so I don't want to like highball him for the sake of like making myself happy.
Hey, stronger than Orochimaru.
I would say so.
Come on. Come on. I mean,
I don't know.
Now he's got to be below Sage Mode Naruto though, because just like narratively,
I know that's what I'm saying. Like,
you know,
that's why I'm making me keep. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to put him at Akatsuki level. As much as I want to put him in high Kage level, I feel like I would not be doing Naruto justice if I put him up in the same category. So I'll put him in Akatsuki level.
Totally agree.
Same thing with Edo Kakazu, honestly. Like, I know he's supposed to be like a lot more hacks because you can just like replenish hearts on repeat, but I don't know. I still feel like he's still Akatsuki level. Kisame is high Akatsuki level, period.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even a freaking debate for me.
Yeah. And then, I mean, fused Kisame, I mean, dude, he's either at the highest of the high Akatsuki level, or you could slip in him to the War Arc level. But at the same time, I wouldn't feel comfortable putting him above Itachi personally.
Yeah, no, I'm keeping him around. I'm keeping him in the high Akatsuki though.
Gotcha. Like, he definitely gets a buff for sure, but it's just not enough to put him above like the likes of Pain and stuff, in my opinion.
All right, Itachi in the academy. Now, even though I'm putting him in the academy, I think he's Chunin. I think he's honestly Chunin level at the age of the academy. I think there's an argument to be made about that.
Yeah, same thing with Genin, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I think
he's probably right on the cusp of Jonin
level, but he's still like not at that point yet. Itachi in the Anbu. When he's first joining, I think is like...
So, not an Anbu captain yet. Yeah, so he doesn't have the MS yet.
So I'll put him in Jonin level.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Itachi as the captain of the Anbu is in Elite Jonin. Maybe, you know what?
Because he doesn't have the MS yet, so... Excuse me, guys.
I don't know if I think I'd still put him in the Kage level, though.
See, it's kind of narratively implied from the novels. Like, so if you read the like Itachi novels and stuff, the entire time that he's in the Anbu, even as a captain, he kind of sees Kakashi as a superior until he gets to Mangekyo, and it's at that point he's kind of like, yeah, I'm what's up, you know. Right. So, I mean, if you want to take that narrative implication, because they both kind of have, if you just look at, and I don't know how you feel about the like the anime canon quote unquote stuff, but like if you look at the like his backstory in the Anbu, the filler anime canon stuff, and you look at Kakashi's backstory in the Anbu, they show kind of like similar feats there. And I would say like Anbu Kakashi, he's not rusty like part 1, so like he's probably around that same level. So it'd be tough for me to put Anbu Captain Itachi above Kakashi at that point in time, but they're, you know, to me they're around that same sort of level until he gets MS, and then he's clearly Kage level.
Yeah,
he actually jumps a few tiers there, I think.
Yeah, I'm okay with putting him in keeping him in Elite Jonin, but I think he's like right on the cusp. Like,
yeah, he's at the top of that
like,
tier.
You couldn't really argue a whole lot with someone who said he's Kage level. And then, like I said, Itachi has the MS, definitely Kage level.
I think you could probably put him up at high Kage, to be honest. Just because of Tsukiyomi.
Yeah, but only thing that's keeping me from that is like maybe he's not used to using the MS yet at this point.
Yeah, that's true. But he's also, his illness isn't as bad either.
I put him at Akatsuki level.
Gotcha.
I think he's like above Kage level, but I think he's like not too far above Kage level.
Gotcha.
Itachi and the Akatsuki is definitely like high Akatsuki level.
Yeah. Same thing with possible prime.
Yeah, I don't even know why that's even a separate freaking entry. I really don't.
Great question.
So yeah, we'll put him.
No, Lightning, he solos Madara, bro.
But well, actually,
said
possible prime. I think possible prime could be argued. Maybe he be in War Arc level, but I don't. Because if we're putting EMS Sasuke with the Susanoo in the War Arc level, I feel like maybe possible prime Itachi could be in there.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, if EMS Sasuke's up there for sure.
And then Edo Itachi is definitely going in the War Arc level.
Yeah, because he basically has EMS in that state because like on repeat. His eyes aren't gonna they're not gonna degenerate.
Conan, Akatsuki level.
Yeah.
I don't think she's. I honestly, I don't even know if I want to put her in Kage level. I think
Elite Jonin. Because she loses to base Jiraiya.
Yeah.
Like base Jiraiya packs her up, dude. Easy. Like it's literally like 3 pages.
But I mean, she does scale above Hidan, and I feel as though like.
Yeah.
I feel weird if I put her in the same category as Hidan, so...
You think Kage level?
Like, low Kage level.
Bottom of that, too.
Yeah. Because I just wouldn't feel right if I put her in the same... and I don't even know why Conan with prep... I don't... Same thing, Conan with prep time.
So weird, dude. Well, Conan with prep time was able to push Obito's to his limit, so if we really want to take that as a consideration, I mean... She's a beast with prep, but it's are we going to give everyone prep in here?
No, I still think it's generous that we put her in Kage level either way. So
yeah.
The Paths of Pain, I don't really want to do all of them. I just want to put Pain in just one category. I might just...
bro, I mean, all of them, aside from the Asura path and the Animal path and the Diva path, so that the first 3, they're all like Chunin level for sure, because one of them gets one-shotted by Konohamaru's Rasengan.
So I'm just gonna I'm gonna skip these like 6 and then just go to this Pain 6 paths there.
6. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, because I don't even want to waste time doing all that. So Pain is going into high Akatsuki level for sure.
Yeah, the highest of the high Akatsuki level, right below freaking Obito.
Yeah. There you go. All right, now we'll go on to Nagato. I know Nagato specifically. I'm almost tempted to put him in freaking God tier. No bullcrap. Like I know that may not even like sound like right, but I feel like this dude. I mean, we put.
I feel like we kind of have to have him below or on the same tier as Edo Itachi, though. You know what I mean?
I know, but. I don't know.
I mean, if he uses his abilities to max capacity, though, yeah, for sure. But just with the Totsuka blade poke, I hate it. I hate it so much. But I don't think this Nagato beats that Madara. To be honest with you,
I know, but God bless it. I don't know. I really want to put him in God tier.
I rock with Nagato heavy, bro.
You know what? I love me some Nagato. I'm putting him in God tier. Only because he's an Edo. Like if it had been a live Nagato, I would definitely put him in like War Arc or maybe even high Akatsuki level. But because he's Edo, I'm gonna put him in God tier. I'm sorry, I have to.
No, you're good, dude. You're good.
So Obito with the 2 Tomoe is Chunin level.
Chunin. Yeah.
Obito with the MS, I would honestly
Berserker Obito.
Yeah, Berserker Obito, I get right at Kage. I think he's like starting Kage level. I feel like he doesn't have full.
I don't think some of the lower Akatsuki members could beat him. To be honest with you, just because they couldn't hit him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like one of those things. Like as soon as because he can't control Kamo yet, so it's like one of those things. Like if he doesn't know how to control it for a certain instant, like could they get that finishing kill on him?
Yeah.
So that's why it's only keeping me from putting him in the Akatsuki level, but I'm definitely putting him in Kage level.
Yeah.
And then obviously Obito with the yellow mask is going into like high Akatsuki level already. I feel like.
Yeah.
Especially with him being.
Well, and I don't know if you've seen it. But there's a data book statement about whenever we still think that Obito is Madara, about the reason why Madara, quote unquote, is still lurking in the shadows is because of his injuries from his battle with the fourth Hokage.
Yeah.
So that's talking about Orange Mask Obito. So like the implication is that Orange Mask Obito is less powerful than Yellow Mask, and it's actually like further corroborated by the statement saying that like nobody in the world can control Kuroma's power at the time when he's Orange Mask Obito, despite the fact that when he was Yellow Mask Obito, he could. So like Yellow Mask Obito, low key, is probably stronger than Orange Mask Obito.
Yeah, but I'd feel.
He does have Izanagi now though, so like it's, you get the hacks boost.
Yeah.
But yeah, just based on those statements, him scaling just slightly above Hokage Minato, he's a beast.
I'm still gonna put him in high Akatsuki.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's a good spot for both of them, to be honest with you. Orange Mask Obito and Yellow Mask.
Yeah.
I think Obito War Arc goes higher than that, obviously.
I would say, obviously, he's War Arc. That man's War Arc level. So yeah, he's going all the way up into almost to the tippy top of the tiers.
Next three, all God tier, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. Jubito, unstable. Even his unstable form is God tier. Y'all have to give me a few minutes because I got a freaking this freaking list is ridiculously long. So give me 1 second.
Yeah, thank you, Swag Kage. Yeah, no, Jubito is just an absolute monster. Like Hashirama outright admits inferiority to him. So like there's just no way around the fact that he's a beast. And then whenever he has DMS, he's not as strong as DMS Kakashi just because he doesn't have the Susanoo. And he doesn't really incorporate Kamui into his attacks the same way that Kakashi did with like Kamui Raikiri and stuff. But he's still an absolute monster, and he's able to use his MS incredibly effectively. So yeah. And of course Jubito's stable is just a different breed.
I'm about to say, like, it's one of those things you don't realize how strong, like, because you were always told about how Obito wanted to become the Tento Jinchuriki. You just didn't know, like, what that really was going to mean until it actually happened. And it's like, oh, wow. So this is what he's capable of. This is the kind of stuff that he can pull off. So,
right.
Yeah. So now we go on to Madara. EMS Madara, alive. I think he's gonna go in War Arc, honestly.
Yeah.
He's got God tier like potential, but I mean,
he might be above some of those characters, to be honest, that are in the God tier, but like he does outright lose to Hashirama.
Yeah.
So. And I'm not sure if this version of him I would put above that KCM Minato. So
yeah. So, and we did put Hashirama in that same category, like a lot.
Yeah.
So, Edo Madara, I feel like is going to go into War Arc, obviously, because that's what we said was the baseline for the War Arc. So he's going into War Arc. Now Madara with Sage Mode, I mean, he's still War Arc level, but he's getting there. Like he's getting
the tippy top.
Yeah, he's getting like on that God tier level because he absolutely just no diffed Hashirama as soon as not Hashirama, but I mean he did kind of no diff Hashirama as soon as he started as soon as he came alive, and then he started getting like serious against Naruto and Sasuke and just kind of like almost practically one shot both of them. So.
Yeah, well, and he kind of like there's a statement that sort of implies that he thinks he's stronger than Jubito. I'm like, golly, which I don't think feeds show that, but I mean, hey, Madara knows his power better than I do.
Yeah. So to save time, this whole Jubidara, like all these four, I'm not going to go through the trouble because they're all God tier, right? So I'm not gonna waste time. So I'll just get like the last Jubidara, which is the third eye. Say he's God tier. Like I don't think he's above that personally, but
no. When obviously all of these progress in power, so
So
I think the Jinchuriki all of them except for like B and Naruto seem to be pretty relative to one another.
Yeah, I don't I don't know if I'd say any of them really are, aside from Yagura,
Yeah.
are necessarily Kage level. Maybe Roshi and maybe Han.
Yeah, so I mean, like, because they, especially with Roshi and Han, like with the Minato one shot manga, it kind of shows them as perfect Jinchuriki.
Yeah.
So like with them being able to do that, I mean, you could put them in like that high Kage level. But like they're all shown to be sort of relative to one another. So whether it's Akatsuki or it's high Kage or whatever, like they're all sort of in that same spot. Like obviously without the tailed beasts, they're not there, but since they can control them.
Yeah,
I would say somewhere between Akatsuki level and high Kage level for all of them except for B, because B obviously goes higher.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put. Come on, move. So you think like Yagura is like Kage level?
You know, well, what do you think about the Storm Revolution stuff? Because he beat back Itachi and Kisame.
I meant Yugito. I don't know why I said Yagura.
Oh, gotcha. Well,
she doesn't have that many feats that are like really convincing.
No,
she's Kage level.
she loses to Kakazu and Hidan, so
like kind of relatively badly. Like they don't suffer much damage. It seems like. So I'm gonna put her at Elite Jonin. I think she's got potential. I think she's got potential to be Kage level, but for the most part, I think she's just
maybe high Kage.
Yagura, yeah, I feel like
for sure. Yeah. Yagura for sure. I'd say Roshi is up there as well because it took Kisame and Itachi to take him down.
Yeah.
But Han, Utakata, and Fu are kind of, they don't have a lot of feats, so you can kind of sprinkle them anywhere in there. To be honest,
I think okay. So aside from Roshi, like you said, I think Han, Utakata, and Fu are really just going to go up in Elite Jonin.
Yeah, right there with Obito.
I don't really see them scale into a Kage. Han maybe, but Utakata and Fu for sure. Now, honestly, if you take the
Han being a perfect Jinchuriki though.
Yeah, I know, but
yeah.
I don't know. Nah, I'm gonna keep it an Elite Jonin level. Personally, I just feel like he's not.
I mean, they're all super strong, and like obviously, whenever they fully transform into their Bijou states, like you can get them higher in their Bijou states. But if you're just taking them like in their base forms, yeah, none of them have anything really special to show.
Han does seem a little more competent than as far as fighting goes. So I will put him in Kage level, but like giving him a gift of Kage. That's about it.
Yeah.
Well, if you take the Chunin exams filler arc, then technically Fu is a Chunin, but I'm not gonna do that to her. So I think I'm gonna put her in Elite Jonin level.
Yeah,
because I feel like she does have more to offer. I don't think she's Genin or Chunin level, and I feel as though I wouldn't do her justice to put her in base Jonin level. So I think Elite Jonin level is a good place to put her.
Yeah.
Killer Bee, I want to say is probably like high Kage level, maybe high Akatsuki level. Because he was doing pretty good against B, or not B, but Kisame.
Yeah, so, and I mean, to be honest, he was losing until Samehada helped him.
Yeah, but
so he should be right around that Kisame level.
So high Kage and high Akatsuki level, like around there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ginkaku and Ginkaku, they're weird to scale, right? Like they are like really weird to try to scale. Because they beat Tobirama, but then they also kind of lost to Ino Shikacho. So
yeah, and the thing is too, like they might have beaten Tobirama. Like the Kinkaku force was responsible for killing him, but we're not like it's never actually confirmed whether or not they're in it because it's supposed to be a group of shinobi sent from the hidden cloud to hunt down like ninjas. So like if they at that time were they led the coup against the hidden cloud, they would be rogue shinobi. So they may not have even been in the force itself. I think they probably were, But there were also 18 other quote unquote elite shinobi
so
there.
I'm gonna go ahead and put them in like Kage level.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I don't because again they don't really have a whole lot of feats to go off of aside from the war.
Yeah.
So yeah, and same thing with transformed. Kinkaku. Honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and do. I mean, I don't think it's much of a difference.
Yeah, I mean, obviously their AP and stuff goes up, but I don't think it jumps a whole tier.
Ashura and Indra.
God tier, baby.
Yeah, they're definitely God tier. I just weird because I almost didn't want to like do them because they're not really in the series as much.
Yeah,
but they are
just from what we're shown though. They got to be up there,
Yeah, so they're gonna.
And then same with Hagoromo, probably. I mean, you can get Hagoromo higher though.
I'm about to say I almost want to put Hagoromo above God tier. No lie.
Yeah. Well, especially because that's with the Rinnegan Sharingan as well.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Gotta put Indra. All right.
Yeah, Hagoromo's a monster, dude. I mean, and if you just want to go off of like statements and lore, like the creation of all things is crazy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put him above God tier and put him beyond God tier because, like, you just never know. There's no telling what that man can do. So, I mean, he basically came down from heaven. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if you can get much more God tier than that. I mean,
well, and even in astral form, was able to like boost Naruto and Sasuke to the point where they could like contend.
Yeah,
with
exactly. Hamura, probably the same thing. If we're just gonna go off of like scaling, I mean, if you assume that he's relative to Hagoromo, then Hamura's got to be the same thing.
Well, I don't think he's relative to that Hagoromo. I think he's relative to Hagoromo prior to, but yeah, he's definitely
in terms of potential. He probably could have been. So I think I'll put him in God tier.
Yeah,
like, I don't think I'll put him in beyond God tier, but I think I'll put him in God tier. Then Kaguya, and I'm again like with Jubito and Jubidar. I'm not gonna differentiate.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go with Kaguya stabilized. I think it's just the same thing, honestly.
That's the move.
Probably just go ahead and put her in beyond God tier.
Yeah, I mean, I think she loses to like Baryon mode Naruto and stuff like that, but like she deserves to be up there in that category.
Dimension, like at will.
Yeah, so, she's up there with like the likes of Fusuma Moshiki and all that.
Yeah. Toneri,
if you take the movie, it's like the movie breakdown, like statement, literally, he is called Naruto and Sasuke's strongest enemy to date. So like that's including Kaguya, but he can't summon dimensions. So I wouldn't have him that high. I would probably have him right there in like that God tier area.
Yeah, I think so too. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do this Toneri. Same thing. Tensegon.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Fugaku. He's definitely. I want to say it's just off statements alone. He's got to be relative to Minato. You don't have a whole lot of feats from him, Fugaku. So, I want to put him on the same level as Minato, honestly, just for the sake of simplicity.
Yeah, well, and I think that's fair.
Alive Minato, anyway.
I think that's fair. I think like around Jonin Minato would be good because like the statements about him being close to Minato, it's like the Uchiha were the only ones that were mad that he wasn't like considered alongside Minato.
Yeah.
So it's like how much of it is like legitimate, but in Boruto his Mangekyo was canonized, so like he does have a Mangekyo in canon now. So yeah, I think putting him around that Jonin Minato level would be fair, but Hokage Minato, it's just tough for me to put him all the way up there.
Yeah. Shisui, I know it says Shisui and Shisui Kodo Matsukami, but I'm just gonna do Shisui either way. Same thing. Yeah. Honestly. He's a weird one. I think he's definitely Kage level, but I just don't know if he's above that.
I think he beats some of the lower members of the Vyakatsuki, but I don't think he's like high Kage though.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I think I don't see like Datara beating him, even with his like knowledge of the Sharingan and everything. It's just like it's hard for me to see that.
Yeah, I'll put him in Akatsuki level. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah.
Shin Uchiha.
He's a dog.
He is a dog. he's tricky though. I don't really know where I want to put him.
His physical scaling could get him all the way up into like that war arc level, but I think because his combat is weird, like his Mangekyo is probably the worst one we've seen. I think I'd be comfortable with him at like that high Akatsuki. Like I think he probably loses to like Itachi, but I don't know. Like his physical scaling is definitely higher than anybody in that tier.
I think I'll put him at high Akatsuki level.
Yeah,
I don't think he's necessarily. I know people are gonna contend with me about that because he did some damage to Naruto and Sasuke and Boruto, but personally, man,
yeah, they're nerfed.
I would say I never really agreed so much on the scaling of Boruto, but yeah. I think it's generous that we put him in high Akatsuki anyway.
Yeah, I think it's important to like consider the physical scaling, but then also like how they fight, what their abilities do, things like that.
Yeah.
And his Mangekyo is doo doo.
Yeah. So Kinshiki, God tier.
Gotta be.
Same with Momoshiki. I don't think they're necessarily above God tier, but I think that fused Momoshiki is kind of. I mean, I want to put fused Momoshiki in beyond God tier, if only because it took both Naruto and Sasuke and Boruto to be.
Yeah.
So I mean.
Yeah. Well, he should be stronger than Kaguya, or at least relative in his base form. Yeah. And so whenever he fuses, should be stronger than her. And then like the novelization of the movie, he has like a dialogue inside of his head saying like if it was just one of Naruto or Sasuke, then he could probably beat them, but both of them together he can't. So like you can scale him above Six Path Sage where Naruto as an adult and Rinnegan Sasuke as an adult. And Sasuke states that he could take on Kaguya level threats. So like you can comfortably get him above Kaguya, but like he's not on like that Ishiki Baryon mode level.
Yeah.
But he's still up there in that tier, I think, like around that same level of power.
I'm not gonna do this Shiki Rock thing. That's just
like why is that in there? I
don't even know. Boruto in base is Chunin. At the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Boruto with the Karma. I don't know if I even want to do the Boruto with Karma and the Boruto with Momoshiki because it's kind of weird to get into because of the whole.
Yeah. Well, Boruto with Momoshiki is stronger than inner Kara members.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I'm gonna put him in.
Dude, the monster.
Where did he just go? Where did I just put him? Bro, I freaking lost him. Where the heck did he just go? Brother, where the heck did I just put Boruto? He's gone. Oh, I think.
Oh, he's gonna be in like Genin tier.
No, I accidentally put him. Okay. So
unfortunately, a lot of these Boruto characters, like the scaling is crazy.
Yeah, I'll put Boruto with the Momoshiki. With, I think he's
above Sage Mode Naruto as an adult.
So you think he's like War Arc level? You feel like Boruto
is that
Momoshiki taking over Boruto? Like
so, Momoshiki taking over Boruto was stronger than adult Sage Mode Naruto. So like, which I hate. Yeah, but it's just how it was, So we gotta put him above him. I mean, it genuinely like. This version of Boruto should be in God tier, probably.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put him in God tier. I think that's just kind of because, like you said, he's contesting with Naruto and Sasuke. So
yeah,
I'll put it.
Same thing with full Otsutsuki. Like he's God tier.
Kawaki. I'm gonna skip.
You just want to go to full. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Same thing. I feel like God tier. Well, actually,
he might be beyond God tier, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same thing because
he's got Ishiki.
Yeah, so I just because it's not Ishiki himself. I just feel like maybe Kawaki's kind of like somewhat hindering him, but then it is kind of like I don't know. I know,
but he's still like should be on the same level as Boruto or higher.
Yeah, so we'll put him in there.
You just want to skip to 3 Tomo Sarada?
Yeah, it saves time because I think everyone should already know about the best of
yeah. I mean, she took down a car, remember, with the Chidori.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her in like Chunin.
Realistically, her scaling is
Probably
I hate
Jonin
this,
level, honestly. I feel like
bro. She's way stronger than Konohamaru.
oh, for sure.
Like,
But I don't think
yeah.
she's a Kage level yet. So maybe elite Jonin, but I thought it's being too generous. I don't know.
Well, so it really depends on where you scale the Kara members, because like the Kara members realistically would be around that, at least that high Akatsuki level. And she didn't take him down by herself, so like I can't put her right there. But like, I mean, I wish we had MS start on here. That'd be cool.
I'll put her in elite Jonin to kind of be
Yeah,
fair.
I think somewhere between Elite Jonin, yeah, and you could get her all the way. Like for the people that are going to be screaming the Boruto scaling stuff in here, I hear you. You could highball her all the way up to War Arc, but like that's only if you're taking like physical scaling into play and you're not taking everything else.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be fair here.
Mitsuki, we'll skip to Mitsuki Sage Mode.
Mitsuki Sage Mode's a dog too.
Freaking ridiculous. I put him at War Arc level.
Yeah,
I
agree.
don't think he's God tier, but that man is a freaking one man army. So I'm putting him at War Arc level.
Himawari Bloodlusted, I love that. Beyond God tier, bro. She one shot Naruto.
Yeah, you gotta. We'll skip right on to that one. Honestly, because Himawari is her. You know what I'm saying? She's nothing to play around with. No lie. I'm actually kind of excited to see her progression. I think she's gonna be.
Oh yeah.
I hope she doesn't.
Especially after. Have you been reading the Boruto manga?
Yeah. We can get into that after we do this.
Yeah. So, well, I was just gonna say the statement from Damon about how she's like she should be the most powerful person there or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see that kind of get fleshed out.
Right. Me too. I hope she doesn't get the Sakura treatment. Starts off strong, but then doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Boro, like you say, he's probably like high Akatsuki level. So, like I said, the rest of
he doesn't have crazy physical scaling, but his hacks is pretty cool.
Yeah. So we'll put him. We'll put him in high Akatsuki. I feel like it's
and Delta should scale right around Hokage Kakashi or Boruto era Kakashi.
Yeah. So
same thing with Kashi and Kage.
Yeah. So those are the ones that are pretty self-explanatory, I feel like.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Yeah, we'll skip to Kashi and Koji Sage Mode. I feel like it's just the same thing, honestly.
I mean, he gets a little buff, but like there's no.
Yeah, it's like the same person still. Like.
Yeah. You're gonna skip to code limiters off.
Yes.
So code limiters off.
I'm gonna say case to be made to be on God tier, but I think he's still kind of staying in God tier.
I think he's God tier. Yeah.
I think someone could make a case for him being in Beyond, but I'm just gonna stick with God tier because I don't think he's just because we haven't seen too many feats from him yet, but
right.
I think we'll get some that are gonna imply that he's gonna be way above that. So
all we've seen in Two Blue Vortex is him getting stepped on.
Yeah. So Jigen,
you just want to go straight to Ishiki, bro?
Yeah, we might as well because I think Jigen's gonna be in that God tier anyway.
But Ishiki's beyond God tier for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Same thing with Ada and Damon.
Yeah. And I gotta be honest with you guys, the rest of them that's on that list below, I don't, because a lot of them are just like ones we've already. I didn't even know that they were like, because there's like Kisami's 30% clone. I'm like, why is that even on here?
Yeah, that's so weird. Kushina teen version Tukla.
Yeah, I'm not doing all of that. I think we made a pretty good list so far. And
one that I would like to do, Shikamaru and Boruto, weakest Hokage.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is one we do need to do. Well, I mean, if we're speaking
right there in Jonin tier, bro. Right there in Jonin tier.
Well, and here's the thing: is like no disrespect to Shikamaru, but scratch that. No disrespect to people who don't think Shikamaru is going to be a good hokage.
Yeah.
But we don't know. We don't know what he's capable of. For all we know, like he may have some new jutsu that he developed to make him Kage, to make him
Yeah.
actually Kage level. So here's what I'm gonna do for the people who are like skeptical about Shikamaru. I'm gonna put him in actual Kage level.
Yeah.
For right now, that's gonna be my opinion of him. I think he's at least Kage level. I don't think he's a Katsuki or well,
He just doesn't have the AP. Like there's that.
well, that's the thing is like he did beat an
Yeah.
Akatsuki member, but we did agree that Hidan is elite Jonin.
Like prep. Well, it's prep time and everything too. You know.
Yeah, but this Shikamaru should be way stronger than that Shikamaru. So by
Yeah.
default, I feel like he should be a Akatsuki level, but I'm sticking him in Kage level.
Yeah. Well, and to be fair, there's so in the novel, and I'm sure that you've seen this. Like he puts all 5 Kage in the shadow paralysis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets frustrated. He leaves, and then he goes to crush a tree out of frustration with his shadow strangle, and he can't even splinter it. And then he's like, he realizes like they were kind of just being nice. Like he was like, oh my god, I can't do like even harm a tree. And he talks about like he has this dialogue in his head about how like he hasn't used it in combat in so long and he's rusty. So like you could argue that this version of him, like it should be stronger.
Yeah, like I get it. It's just like one of those things. Like I said, you can make a case for him being stronger, but then you could also make a case for being weaker. It's again, it just goes back to the Boruto power scaling thing. It's really tricky. So
for sure.
But I think I'm comfortable sticking him in Kage level.
Yeah, Kage level. Yeah.
So like I said, I'm not really wanting to do any of the rest of these. I mean, it's just they're just again, it's stuff like Kisami's 30% clone. Like really, no, I'm not doing all that. And some of them are already like ones we pretty much already done anyway, like base Sasuke and Boruto. We've already kind of done something like that. So
Unikata with 1 bijou tail. Like what?
No, we're not doing all that. But I think for the most part, we did a pretty good, solid tier list. I get that there are some questionable places for some people, but I think for the most part, we did pretty good. And we saved the Beyond tier list for a very select few. Which was, I was kind of afraid that we were going to get too we're going to get too much allowances to the God tier and put them in the Beyond God tier. But I think we did for the most part. I think we did pretty good on the list overall. So
yeah, I agree.
So yeah, that's gonna do it for us. I hope y'all enjoy the video. If y'all thank God and congratulations if y'all stuck around to the end. This is a long video. But Sage, I want to thank you for being on the channel with me today.
Oh, dude, anytime, bro. It's seriously, you gotta come over to mine. We'll get another video in, and we'll have all kinds of cool stuff coming out. If you guys are not subscribed to him yet, what are you doing? You need to. But yeah, man, thank you for having me on.
No problem. Anytime. We'll look forward to seeing him again, guys, because he'll be on the future videos. And like I said, I'll be on his channel for a few videos here and there. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed to it, make sure you do so. Until then, though, until the next video, guys, it'll be next Saturday. I might have a video out next Wednesday before then. So if not, I will see y'all next Saturday. And until my next one, like snow.